the 92nd time. For the Yellow Jacket seniors, one final chance. Taste of victory over the guys from Athens. And for the Dogs, who will line up for the last time, they try to continue their dominance in one of college football's traditional rivalries. And hi, everybody, I'm Terry Gannon. It's been all Dogs in recent times. They won 6 straight over Georgia Tech. But today, for the first time since 1991, this is a game that features two teams that should be headed to postseason bowls. And Tim Brandt, these are two offenses that can put up some big numbers.
Yeah, explosive teams, Terry. We have some of the most explosive players. As a matter of fact, we have two of the most exciting players in the South. High Ford, what a job he's done trying to become the first player in NCAA history to go over 1,000 yards in 4 categories: running, receiving, passing, and returns. He needs 82 passing yards. He's going to play quarterback today. Joe Hamilton has been on a tear the last 3 games. 6 touchdowns, no picks. Georgia will try to contain him from the outside and force him inside with big plays. Folks, they are both very, very dangerous.
State bragging rights and bowl sites on the line today in Asagi, Atlanta. First, we take it to New York.
Burger King College Football today. Burger King, where you get great taste and great value every day. Get your burger's worth. Now from New York, John Saunders and Todd Blackledge.
And we'll take you out to that game in just a moment. But first, let's update one score, a very important score. Tennessee facing Vanderbilt. Vandy has a 3-0 lead. If Tennessee wins this game, they're in the SEC championship game against Auburn. As you can see, Peyton Manning struggling as he tries to pump up those Heisman numbers. But this game, very important in the bowl picture.
Yeah, this one's important. In our game today, a lot of significant bowl implications for Georgia down in Atlanta. Probably going to the Peach Bowl, but if they win today and Tennessee loses, they could get in the SEC championship. A win over Auburn would send them to one of the 3 Alliance Bowls. Georgia Tech, CarQuest, or the Peach Bowl is what they're hoping for with a win today over Georgia. In the Penn State-Michigan State game, what's on the line? For Penn State, if they win, they're in the Alliance Bowls. Possibly the Orange Bowl, but probably the Sugar Bowl. If they lose, it's the Outback Bowl. Michigan State, they already turned down a bid to the Motor City Bowl to face the winner of the MAC championship game. They're hoping for either the Las Vegas Bowl or the Jeep Aloha Bowl.
All right, let's remind everyone, at 4:30 Eastern Time following college football, it's the Skins game from La Quinta, California. We'll have that for you following football. At halftime, we'll take a look at Boston University, a 91-year tradition coming to an end. It's a real tragedy. We, of course, will also look ahead to the bowls and championship Saturday. So stick around. More to come on ABC's College Football.
Thanks for the truck, Dad.
What'd you do?
Not much.
Where'd you go?
Kurt's?
You still talking about moving that old barn?
No.
The best long-term quality of any full-size pickup belongs to Chevy.
Had a scratch?
Nope.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
The aluminum in your car radiator is as thin as this sheet, and it's the only thing between you and a breakdown. But Prestone Antifreeze bonds with aluminum, forming a zone of protection against corrosion and temperature extremes. Protect your car in the Prestone zone.
Get ready to get creative. Get into a Rebel G. Go beyond snapshots. Experience the ultimate rush.
Cool.
Rebel G and only EOS lenses from Canon.
Trailers for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. Mama, man of means by no means. King of the road. 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8, 12, 4-bedroom. Mama, man of means by no means. King of the road.
You just hold this and you know you're going to get a close shave.
Remington introduces the new shape in shaving.
The angle to the face, just right.
Dynamite body.
It looks like a sports car. It's easy to maneuver. It's a Remington.
The side grips are a stroke of genius.
Now I can see what I'm trimming.
My old shaver felt like a block of cheese.
The shape was so cool. I got one for my husband.
I can't believe I'm in love with an electric. But look at this shave.
My old shaver is history.
Remington's new dual microscreen, built to shave incredibly close.
And they guarantee it.
ABC Sports sports, college football brings us to a very wet Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta. They're ready to play this one. The Yellow Jackets take the field to battle it out with the Georgia Bulldogs. An emotional day, especially for the seniors, and there is no one who has looked forward to this game more than Georgia Tech linebacker Ron Rogers. For more on him, Lewis Johnson is down on the field right now.
Well, Terry, Ron Rogers is from Georgia. His dad, Ronnie, played defensive end for the Bulldogs between 1967 and 1970, but ultimately Ron was not recruited by Georgia. Now, 2 years ago, Ron missed a tackle in this game that allowed Georgia to kick a field goal, cost the Yellow Jackets the game and a bowl appearance. Now, that's a burden of a shame. Then last year, Rogers agonizing on the sideline, not able to play in this cross-state rivalry because of a sprained knee. So today, he told me he's got a ton of emotion wrapped up inside, ready to explode on this his last appearance at Bobby Dodd Stadium. And guys, when I talked to him before the game a few moments ago, he told me simply, Lewis, this is the biggest game of my life.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it as far as Ron Rogers is considered. And his partner, Keith Brooking, wild-eyed linebacker, could be a first-round draft pick. He feels the exact same way as his best friend, Ron Rogers. I suspect that both of those linebackers today are going to have huge days, trying to stop Robert Edwards, trying to stop Mike Bobo and Hines Ward.
See the look on the face of Ron Rogers? How'd you like to go up against that today? Been looking forward to that all year. Playing the Bulldogs. The weather, we told you about the rain, but it's pretty warm. It's 54 degrees. A little bit of wind, that's about it, but it's supposed to rain all afternoon and at times be very heavy. Georgia Tech won the toss. They deferred in the second half. So Dave Frakes, the senior out of Rockford, Illinois, will get us underway. Champ Bailey and Hines Ward back deep for the Bulldogs. Ward 5 yards deep. Bailey tells him to take a knee and stay right there. We'll watch his return yards all day long. Timmy already mentioned the record that he's going after. Well, the Chile starting lineups, the offensive line, Matt Stinchcomb really the linchpin for that offensive line. And many people point to this line as the reason that Georgia's 8-2 this year. Hines Ward does everything. We'll see him run, pass, and maybe throw the football a little bit today. Jim Donnan mentioned that to us yesterday. Robert Edwards, Patrick Pass, and Mike Bobo, another reason that the Bulldogs have turned it around. He has been terrific in terms of not making mistakes. 16 interceptions a year ago, only 6 this year.
Georgia wants Edwards and Hines Ward to touch it as much as they possibly can today.
First down from the 20-yard line. They're going to give it to the upback this time. A drive across the 25 up to the 29. Melendez Gary on the carry. First down to the Dogs. The defensive line for Georgia Tech, Ralph Hughes and Jesse Tarplin. Good speed on the outside at defensive ends. They both have 5 sacks on the years. Here's really the strength of the defense, though. You've heard about them all season long. Ron Rogers, Keith Brooking playing their last regular season game for Georgia Tech. This is the secondary that has been much maligned in the last month or so. Mike Bobo will try to take advantage of that. 2nd and 1. Larry Brown, the tight end, in motion. They're going to pitch it back to Robert Edwards. He's got a hole. And John Myers makes a touchdown-saving tackle up at the 48. If he doesn't make that grab,
yeah, and Ron Rogers is not happy with himself because he overran the play and allowed it to go that distance. Watch number 50. Here's number 50, and watch. He's going to come over here, but he's going to overrun the play. He's got to force this thing into containment. Watch him. There he goes, skating down the line. He sees Edwards. He's got him. Now he overruns it, gets blocked out of the way. Edwards takes it up inside and gets the big gainer into the secondary.
And that aggressiveness maybe coming back to hurt Ron Rogers early on. Hines Ward one-on-one with Mike. Can't make the tackle. Ward inside the 20. Goodbye. Hines Ward to the end zone. 54 yards from Bobo to Ward.
He is special. It's not like Tech didn't know they were going to try to get the ball to him and somehow got locked on one-on-one with Myers. Not a situation you want to be in. Boy, Bobo got it out there quickly, did a nice job of delivering the ball, distributing it, and Hines Ward took it the distance. Hines Ward, a senior, very experienced, working against a young sophomore who had him one-on-one.
Well, you mentioned they got John Myers, only a sophomore, and getting a start today one-on-one. Forget about it. You got no shot. You're taking on Hines Ward in that spot. Dax Langley on for the extra point. 7-0.
Sharon, you get isolated against a guy as talented as Ward, you have to use the sideline. You have to force him. All right, now, you only want to give him one way to go. Here's Myers. He's trying to force him to the sideline. But watch what he does. He gives him too much room on the sideline and doesn't use it. You've got to also hit him high. You can never go for the leg and give up. The one thing you want out there is a short tackle, and you only get it up high. Keep your legs, and take him high and just bounce him out of bounds. Here comes Rogers again, trailing late. Hines Ward, the distance. He is Mr. Everything. He's played quarterback, wide receiver, running back, return guy. He is fantastic.
Well, we told you they may put some numbers today. Didn't take long.
Well, we talked about Hines Ward in the open. We also talked about Joe Hamilton. Go see what Joe can do on his offensive series.
3 plays, 80 yards. Less than a minute and a half on the clock. And the Dogs on top. So Mark Johnson, the senior out of Columbus, Georgia, will kick it away to Charlie Rogers and Des White. We're back deep for the Yellow Jackets.
So in the chess match, the Bulldogs say, okay, we've got ours. Let's see what you can do.
A lot of football will be played until checkmate today. Line drive kick, Charlie Rogers. To take it at the 2. Brings it out to about the 23, maybe the 24-yard line and pays for it. Well, Joe Hamilton, the man who leads this offense, has been on fire the last 3 games. Completing 78% of his passes and throwing for almost 900 yards. As we check this Chile starting lineup, the offensive line, Ken Salage, a 3-year starter and the leader up front. John Carmen, biggest human being that many of us have seen, getting a start at tackle. Middleton, the #1 receiver in Georgia Tech history, and it's a Wiley Wilder backfield with Hamilton running the show. So it's 1st and 10 at the 24 as the rain continues to fall. They give it to the up back. That time it's Charles Wiley, number 36 in that fullback spot. He'll play both fullback and running back.
Here's a look at Joe Hamilton. We talked about how he's been on fire the last 3 games, but he also has to really keep a hold on his emotions today. Emotions sometimes get in the way of concentration. He wants to be able to play within himself, got to make things fit, and not feel like I have to come right back and answer Hines Ward's touchdown.
Pitch to Rogers. Charlie Rogers trying to get outside across the 30 and brought down at the 32-yard line. Greg Wright and Ronald Bailey the stop, and the defensive front for Georgia. Snellings, Miller, Bird, and Cochran. Miller getting a start. Had a great game against Mississippi. Tolbert, Wright, and O.G. Grant. And Greg Wright, the leader in terms of solo tackles in Georgia history. The Baileys at the corners, and Jeff Harris getting a start at strong safety today along with Kirby Smart.
Georgia has started with strong safety the last couple of weeks, dictated by offenses, but they bring Harris in here today. They're in a 2-deep type defense.
They're still in motion. He's been on fire the last 3 years. Charlie Rogers can't hang on, and that one almost picked off.
You know, almost mirror images of the way the 2 teams have started. They started with a handoff to the fullback. They went to a sweep, and now they came back with a pass, and out of those 3 plays, Georgia scored. Georgia Tech did not, but this play should have been complete, and it should have been a first down. Joe puts the ball right where he has to, just hits the chest plate and comes in too fast and too hard on Rogers.
Well, Rodney Williams has had an unbelievable year, really, for Georgia Tech. Really one of the strengths of this team. Michael Greer back deep at his own 20. Williams' punting has really given them good field position and helped the other team's back. And Greer runs right into his own man before Mike Sheridan nails him at the 33. Some hitting going on early on in this one. But Rodney Williams, not one of his better efforts. A 40-yard punt, 7-yard return. George O'Leary going to get the defense going now.
Too, when you try Chili's Ranch and Filet, a beautifully carved 8-ounce tenderloin, slow grilled to perfection and placed on awesome blossom strings. Served with skillet potato cakes and grilled veggies, only at Chili's. fuels. Guaranteed forever. Available at the Home Depot.
Inside your car's fuel system lurk dark forces that can spread their dirt and filth. So if you have a dirty fuel system, use STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner. Dirt has met its match. STP Complete Fuel System Cleaner.
Duke, cop. He loves his job. And the third door in Chevy S10. It's one of a kind. Just like Duke. Chevy S10, like a rock.
The Skins Team, where 4 hungry guys go out to shoot birdies. Some come back with lots of stuffing. Others only get heartburn. That's why they play it on Thanksgiving weekend.
Skyline obscured by the clouds today. It's been raining all day. It's supposed to, oh, there you go. Modern technology wiping off that camera. Ron Rogers in the defense trying to get things going here after the last run by Edwards and then Hines Ward to the end zone.
Lewis Johnson, how's the footing on that field?
We lost him in a mud puddle. Get word in a moment from Lewis. Bobo pitches out to Edwards. Looks for a hole, can't find one, and wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Take your pick. A host of tacklers led by number 35, Keith Brooking.
You know, Terry, that's exactly what has to happen today for the Yellow Jackets to be successful. They have to play 11 as one. They have to all get to the football. Now watch Brooking, their All-American linebacker. Fights off a couple of guys, skates down the line, gets some helps from the secondary. He comes up, makes the first stop. Now watch the white jerseys swarm in. You've got 7 guys around the football, and that's what they have to do today to be successful against the Bulldogs.
Brooking with more tackles than anyone else in Georgia history. And Ron Rogers not far behind him. He may end up second on that list. Bobo going to throw back against the ground. Dangerous pass, but Ward has got it. Kofi Smith has got him. Gain of maybe 3. That's about it.
But and again, they got good pressure on the quarterback, Bobo, and then what happens with Kofi Smith, 43? Watch how he fights off the block. All right, it's a quick screen to the wide receiver. All right, so right away, you get Stitchcomb off, number 79, you fight him off, then you use the sidelines, you make Kofi Smith, 43, with a terrific play out on the corner.
Smith got a good lick on Stitchcomb at the time, didn't he? First key third down for Georgia, and Mike Bobo out wide to the near side. Take a look, Hines Ward back there. They snap it to Robert Edwards. Edwards had Bulldog first down. So you get a look right away at some of Jim Donnan's trickery. Tavares Tillman made the stop after a gain of 8 and they'll move the chains.
See this guy right here? That's your guy, Hines Ward. Georgia Tech expects him to try to get the record today. Here's your quarterback, Bobo, down here. All right, O'Leary expects Hines Ward to be a little bit of a decoy today, and that's what they used him for there. They used him as a decoy. Instead, they gave it to Edwards and let him take it up the middle. You're going to see some decoy play by the 2 coaches here. I mean, Donnan's going to use them. They're going to try to get the Georgia Tech defense a little bit discombobulated.
A lot of weapons, a lot of ways to use them for Jim Donnan on offense. Finally, well, now you've got the play whistled dead. But last year...
Ball before the snap. Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Ron Gilbert, the referee, breaking up a little bit as he gives us the call.
How about that fake by Hines Ward?
It's a heck of a fake, wasn't it?
Acting like the snap was going over his head or something, trying to get the attention of the defense.
It's a problem that Jim Donnan has not had this year, though. They're the best in the SEC in terms of penalties. And a year ago, they did struggle with his system a little bit, especially Mike Bobo. We mentioned the 16 interceptions, but they've really played well this year, and they understand the system. This time it's Tony Small. He takes a lick, but holds on at the 35 of Georgia Tech.
Boy, you've got to wonder how Small makes that catch and how Bobo gets it in between Tillman and Rogers. Now watch, number 50, Rogers is going to miss coverage. He's got him underneath. Tillman's got him, the safety over top. Now watch this. He throws over the linebacker, under the safety. The ball perfectly thrown. There's 50 and 26 now, chasing from behind.
Gain of 24. Tony Small, the junior out of Jacksonville, Florida. This offense hasn't been stopped yet by the Yellow Jackets. Hines in motion this time. Robert Edwards going to try the left side. Administers some punishment of his own. Kofi Smith came up, and he paid the price.
I'll tell you what, though, that was an excellent block thrown by Hines Ward on Kofi Smith. And then Smith got off the ground and got up and made the play. That's tremendous hustle. Plus well executed, though, by Georgia to get it out there and pick up 5.
Robert Edwards, the former cornerback who most people thought would go on to have a great career here, finally playing like that. Didn't have the injuries except for early in the season.
All right, stop it right here, and look at the block thrown by Hines Ward. Now Kofi Smith gets off the ground, gets up, and makes the tackle. That is great hustle by the secondary.
And tough running by Edwards. Rarely goes down on the first hit. Double tight end set. They're going to run it right up the middle with Edwards, who falls ahead and battles for a gain of about 2.
Bulldogs look pretty powerful, don't they? Yellow Jackets better strap it on, or this could be a long afternoon right now. Defensively, not being able to stop the Bulldogs, but not unexpected. I mean, Georgia Tech's defense is last in the ACC. Look at this. Total defense last. And then, of course, 5th in scoring defense. So they have struggled defensively all year.
Especially the secondary. And again, Bobo not in the backfield. You got Hines Ward. They're going to snap it to Ward. Looks for a lane. Not going to find one. Brought down by Derek Shepard, the senior. The Dayton Flyer gets to the backfield.
Yeah, the Dayton Flyer, because he returned a fumble 27 yards for a touchdown last year. Had one stopped at the 2 this year, but he runs a 4.740. This is a big man who's chasing him down from behind. 290 pounds. You run a 4.70. That's a lot of beef, and it gains momentum as it moves along. Nice play.
When it gets rolling, it's tough to stop.
You don't want to be under it like Hines Ward was.
So they're not going to kick either the field goal or the punt. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Landis Gary and Robert Edwards in the backfield. They split the backs. Both the inside kid to Edwards. He won't get there. Ralph Hughes, number 46, wrapped up Edwards. And the Yellow Jacket defense with a big stop. The second drive by Georgia stopped outside the 25.
Let's go!
Vacation travelers know that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. National Car Rental. Especially if you're going to the happiest place on earth. Because as the official car rental company of Disneyland in Southern California, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. For a family vacation you'll never forget. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to Disneyland with National Car Rental.
What if your car slips off the road in Slippery Rock? Or you need the name of a mechanic in Mechanicsville? Well, if your car is insured by State Farm, just look up the local State Farm agent. Almost anywhere you travel, whether it's a big metropolis or just a little one, a good neighbor is always nearby to help. So if your car gets stolen in Thief River Falls, or you have some trouble in Paradise, hey, don't worry about it. State Farm is there.
What are you doing? You can't spell Pluto.
I do not dabble when it comes to Scrabble. Watch me now.
You're getting on my nerves.
Prolific, as in prolific score.
Nice word, Ice.
The Iceman spelling prolific.
Quite a coincidence.
Hey, give me
and
5.
he gets a double word score for that, Coach.
Hey, that's like Penny spelling unstoppable, penetrating, or MVP.
Like you spelling shrimp.
You got me, Chuck.
Yeah.
You should be on stage telling your funny jokes. Come from miles around to see the funny man, Chuck.
ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. National Car Rental. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. CompUSA, the computer superstore. And Black & Decker, the new Woodhawk circular saw. See what you've been missing. Built by Black & Decker. Football weather, but not many empty seats. Georgia and Georgia Tech, the 92nd time. Hamilton to throw on 1st down. Set up the screen to Charlie Rogers. Gets a block in a big game. Still up. Finally brought down at the 47-yard line. Best play of the game so far for Georgia Tech, a gain of 18.
First, the defense answered the call for Georgia Tech on 4th and 4. Now the offense comes out with Rogers on the first play. Looked like this was going to break down a couple of times. Number one, it's set up nicely, but then watch the pass by Hamilton's a little bit low. So you think, all right, it's going in the dirt. No, he scoops it up. A couple of blockers, but they don't get the defender. But he cuts inside, then he makes the gainer. Great individual moves by Rogers to get the first.
And he has been one of the keys for Georgia Tech in the second half of the year. Had the ankle injury early on, but his resurgence put him in the backfield with Charles Wiley, who also has tailback speed. And what Hamilton and Stiegel have done lately, there goes Hamilton going to run the option. Got a first down for the Jackets inside Georgia territory down to the 40-yard line. Kirby Smart, the free safety, brought him down there. But a look at what the speed of Joe Hamilton can do.
I love the way he reads, and he's so decisive on this. We worked out on the field yesterday with Joe Hamilton. He was telling us his progression, but look at this. He sees a little crease. He takes it and moves it up. He's got those quick feet. His feet never split wider than his shoulders. He's got a great low center of gravity. He uses that quickness, and he's got tremendous patience and excellent vision when he runs.
He told us halfway through this year, the light just seemed to go on, as you mentioned, and he sees the field that much better now. Play action, Hamilton going to throw to Middleton. Harvey Middleton, the all-time leading receiver in Yellow Jacket history. That one had no shot. Kirby Smart and Ronald Bailey on the coverage.
Harvey Middleton, the seniors, had a terrific year. A catch in 39 straight games. Dad was a police officer and was killed. His mom has just been his support all the way through. She never misses a game. She missed one at Boston College, and that's it.
Harvey Middleton, Hines Ward on the other side, so close to their mothers and overcoming a lot just to get to this point. Great stories. Billy Rogers going to run it inside. He's got a hole. Finds the seam and down to the 23. So a much different drive on this one for the Yellow Jackets. Ronald Bailey again on the stop, but not until a gain of 17.
Charlie Rogers looking over to the sidelines to Ralph Region, the offensive coordinator, and George O'Leary, the head coach, and saying, give me the ball. I want the ball. You know, runners get into a zone. They get into a field when they feel like they can really read things, and he's doing that. Look at the patience to make the cut behind number 70, Key. That was the block, and it was a key block. And then he cut it off and lost his footing inside the 25.
Wiley and Rogers out of the I. 3 receiver set this time for the Jackets. Running it up inside and a big gain for Wiley. Charles Wiley, the junior out of Miami, gets about 6'1", 226 pounds. He's played tailback throughout the year as well as fullback. It gives him a great option, especially when Rogers is healthy. What they've done the last 3 games.
36 points per game would do that. You're going to win a lot of ball games. The defense has struggled, as we said, so offensively they've had to put a lot of points up on the register, and they've been doing that.
And we haven't heard from Derek Stiegel, who has been sensational in the last 3. He split to the near side, Middleton to the far side.
You won't have to wait long.
Wiley, punishing run. Hit by Bright initially, and the senior brought him down. 3rd in career tackles in Georgia history.
You know, you have a feeling now that the Yellow Jackets are feeling they can run. And so they're taking it right at Greg Bright. They're taking it at Tolbert. They're taking it at Grant. And they're saying, go ahead and stop us. Here's a look at Ralph Region, and he's saying, hey, come on, Bright. Here you are. You're the middle linebacker. You go ahead and stop us. They run right at him. He does a pretty good job, but they still pick up a couple yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 1.
3rd and a long 1. Wiley and Rogers again out of the eye. Joe Hamilton changes the play at the line. Running the option, he's going to keep it. He's got a first down and more. He slipped inside the 5, and actually they're going to mark him out at the 6-yard line.
Terry, as long as a runner is running straight ahead, it looks like he's doing okay. But we've seen the guys, Rogers, and we've seen now Hamilton, when they try to make a cut downfield, their cleats are not holding. See, he's okay here because he's not doing a whole lot. But watch when he tries to cut back to the inside, his feet just give way. The field causing problems because it's wet.
And we should point out there has not been a tarp on this field throughout the last 24 hours.
Joe Kynes, defensive coordinator of the Bulldogs, trying to get a timeout, and he finally gets it.
I got a feeling, talking to both coaching staffs, that the Georgia Tech staff doesn't mind this field being a little bit wet. Be an equalizer. Timeout on the field. We'll step away a moment as well.
You can use an ordinary saw and see the line after you cut.
Or a single line while you're cutting with the new Woodhawk. The only circular saw with a sight line window. See what you've been missing. With the Woodhawk. Built by Black & Decker.
Presenting the Valvoline Big Play Rebate and Sweepstakes. Save $4 in a case of Valvoline Motor Oil, and you could win one of 6 Mark Martin signature Ford Thunderbirds. Here comes Mark now. He's up and right on the money. Valvoline, the #1 choice of top mechanics.
I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me.
As the years go by, some slow down and take it easy. Some don't.
Like a rock.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
It doesn't matter if you work for a big company or a startup.
Whether you work for yourself or to help others.
Fidelity has a way to help you prepare for the day when you won't need to work at all.
Whether you're changing jobs,
Or happy where you are,
retired,
or just starting out.
more people trust their retirement plans to Fidelity than any other company.
It's your retirement.
It's our job to help you make the most of it.
Georgia up by a touchdown, but Georgia Tech inside the 10-yard line. They've got first and goal from the 6. Middleton to the near side, split out one-on-one with Champ Bailey. Eric Stiegel in motion. Charlie Rogers looks for a hole, squirts through, powers his way to the end zone, maybe. No, they stop him right at the goal line. Some help from his friends. Kirby Smart hit him first.
Line up in a power formation. Defensively, you got to be thinking, here comes Rodgers. All right, they get a great push, and they push everybody down to the wide side of the field, open up the crease. But the linebackers came back, made a nice recovery to stop him from getting across the end zone. He also got a lot of support out of Harris and Smart, the 2 safeties. They saved the touchdown.
Virgil Johnson in the backfield now. He goes in motion. Wilder and Wiley, ball's on the ground. Hamilton lost the ball.
Georgia's got it.
Georgia has the football. Second and goal from right outside the 1, and Hamilton lost the exchange.
Greg Bright, the middle linebacker, was penetrating, came right up. He had the ball right in front of him. I think he was shocked. See if Joe Hamilton doesn't pull out a little early. Here you guys right here, 45 down on the ground. He comes and the ball's right in front of him. Now watch. Greg Bright, 45, gets down on it. He comes up with the ball. He got there before Hamilton did.
Wow. Well, the stop by Georgia, and it's something they've done all year in terms of turnovers. Only 10 Georgia all year. They've dominated that area.
But how big is the stop on Rodgers now when he was right up to the goal line?
You're right.
Great fill by the safeties.
First down from the 1. Gonna run straight ahead. Alandis Gary fights his way. Second effort gets him a little bit of breathing room out to the 4-yard line. Well, next Saturday, Championship Saturday here on ABC Sports. 3 great battles with bowl bids, national title hopes on the line. 1 o'clock Eastern, Colorado State and New Mexico in the WAC Championship. Then the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship, Nebraska and Texas A&M. And then in prime time, the SEC Championship presented by Dr. Pepper, Auburn taking on either Tennessee or these Georgia Bulldogs next week here on ABC. Georgia with some long drives this year. Robert Edwards looked for a seam. He found one. Fights his way across the 10. Just short of a first down, though. Needs about another yard and a half for a first down. Keith Brooking made the stop.
You know, you think about Rodgers trying to get that touchdown. The linebackers were actually blocked, fought their way off blocks, came back and recovered while the safeties filled, and they saved this game from being tied. Tremendous effort. And you go back to the timeout that Joe Kynes called, and maybe some of the adjustments he made when they were being pushed all over the field. Critical timeout, and it paid off.
Critical play here. They're going to dive over the middle to try to get it. Alandis Gary jumping over the pile. Should have the first down. He does.
Terry, there's a lot of talk about Jim Donnan and the job that he's done in his second year and how he's turned the program around down in Athens and the success that he had at Marshall. And here's one of the guys that came from Marshall. And it's Gary. He's a kid from Maryland. And most of the kids that play for the Bulldog are right out of the state of Georgia. They like to recruit down south. They get the southern kids. They don't go up north very often. But Gary's one of those kids that came out of Maryland, played at Marshall, transferred over, and he's helped them a great deal.
First and 10, Robert Edwards, nowhere to run. Had a hole for a moment, but it closed quickly.
Coming into this ball game, Dave Huxtable, the defensive coordinator for Georgia Tech, felt like Yellow Jackets had to make big plays on first down. That first down was going to be the most important down in a series for the defense. He says if we stop them on first down, we bring up second and long, third and long, then we've got a pretty good shot. We put ourselves in pretty good position. That time, Dave Huxtable's defense made a nice play. They lost a yard. It'll be second down and almost 11.
Rogers and Brooking, two of the best to ever play for the Yellow Jackets in their final regular season game. Bobo out of the shotgun. Quick out. This one's batted down.
I think it was
and he picked it off. Jesse Tarplin held on to it. What a play.
Unbelievable. Tarplin's going to be coming out of the left hand of your screen, number 41. He goes up not only to block it, but somehow gets it trapped on the shoulder pads of Stinchcomb and pulls it back in. What a great interception by a guy trying to block a pass. Just sticks to his big bear paws, and he pulls it in for the pick. That's phenomenal. 7th interception thrown by Bobo, and I'm not sure how Tarplin held on to it. He got some help from Stinchcomb, but boy, that was great hands. First down, quarterback draw. Hamilton clear lane to the end zone. We are almost tied after the extra point. It may be 7-7. Hamilton finding the lane in how quickly they strike. All right, a couple things took place. Dave Huxtable got him in second and long. Then he came with the pressure. Tarplin makes a phenomenal play to make an interception. They go to your star back, 3 steps, reads, tries to get a block from his fullback, finds a crease, and Hamilton scores. Bang, bang, bang. Total team effort. Everybody contributes.
So it's the Jackets who take advantage of the turnover for the Bulldogs. Breaks some for the extra point, splits the uprights. George O'Leary's club back. They had an opportunity on second and goal from the 1, and Hamilton fumbled the football, but he makes up for it with a scamper to the end zone. O'Leary's club, as the rain subsides a little bit, ties it up. Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta. It's been raining all afternoon long, but tough to put a damper on this one. Terry Gannon, Tim Brandt, Lewis Johnson. The 92nd meeting between Georgia and Georgia Tech, and we're all tied up at 7.
Hines Ward scored on the very first possession. Mike Bobo got him the ball. He took it down the sidelines, and Georgia scored almost immediately. And then on the last defensive series, the Yellow Jackets made some big plays. Jesse Tarplin made an interception, and Joe Hamilton comes in and scores on a quarterback draw. We're tied at 7.
It's an incredible interception, too. He defensive end, trapping the ball. Looked like he was going to bat it down, and just kind of lodged it on the shoulder pad of Matt Stinchcomb and held on.
How about that for a scoring drive? 1 play, 6 yards.
Quick enough.
In a heartbeat.
And Bailey Hines Ward. It'll be Ward inside the 5. Brings it out to about the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. Let's go up to New York and check in with John Saunders. John?
Barry, the Burger King update. Penn State against Michigan State. You want to see a pretty pass? Todd Schultz to the corner of the end zone. Gary Scott with a great reception. 19 yards. This one covers. And Michigan State on the board first. They lead Penn State 7-0. Terry.
Wow. All right, John, thank you.
What a play.
Simply a wow from my partner.
Wow.
Well, this promised to be a good one for the first time since really the Georgia dominance began. They've won 6 straight in this series, but they've got 2 teams that should be headed to bowl games. Georgia at 8-2, Georgia Tech 6-4. drives him out of bounds. Keith Brooking, the senior, with 119 tackles coming into this game.
Boy, he's fun to watch too, isn't he? He's a wild-eyed, light-your-hair-on-fire type linebacker with good technique, bad intentions. He is solid through and through, and they say he's going to be one of the top 15 picks in the NFL.
Well, the story of this game so far, certainly that turnover, the interception. The 11th turnover on the year, the 7th interception thrown by Bobo. Going to snap it right to Robert Edwards. Fights close to a first down. He may have it. Had to get right outside the 31. Rodgers made the stop.
Going to be less than a yard short, maybe a yard. I think. Watch this, a direct snap to Edwards. And a pretty good fake by Bobo. Gets the block on the corner there by Ingram, 64. And then Rodgers fights it off and makes a stop. It's going to be close, but I think he's going to be short of the first. Actually got a pretty good mark. Look at it.
Sure
got
did.
a great mark and got the first down.
That was a generous mark. They work on that fake, too, don't they? You saw Hines Ward do it earlier and Bobo this time. Well, you can win tickets to this season's Rose Bowl. Get online with ABC Sports, college football, and solve the word puzzles to enter. All on America Online. Keyword ABC Sports. Jim Donnan in his second season. 5-6 a year ago, but has certainly turned it around. A year of resurgence for Georgia. 8-2. They're headed to a bowl game. Going to continue their dominance, though, in this rivalry. Bobo runs out of time. Has Edwards in the flat. Nifty move back inside. Tavares Tillman brings him down, but he's got another Georgia first down. Bobo still on the ground. He took a hit.
Yellow Jackets coming with a lot of pressure. He got good protection, though, and it was after he released the ball when he was hit. Watch, boom, there it goes, and then there's the hit again from Tartland.
Hughes was the senior out of Montgomery, Alabama. Looked like he may have put a helmet on the wrist or the hand of Bobo. Patrick passed the lone setback. Trips to the far side. One receiver split to the near side. Bobo can run it out here. Looking for a pass. But Kobe Smith comes up quickly and brings him down at the 38. He had Hines Ward and Patrick Pass out there trying to throw blocks.
I'm not sure that was a design play. It looked like a broken play.
Yeah, it may have been, because no one was there right in front of Bobo.
And to be honest, I think Mike Bobo forgot what the call was.
Well, Jim Donnan's club continues to drive. They'll have 2nd and 4, but we're out of time here in the first quarter. We'll step away and come back to Atlanta in a moment.
Where's your father?
You don't want to know.
Here he comes.
Whoa! Watch out, Dad!
Yeah. Here he comes.
Introducing Chevy Venture, the only minivan that offers a remote control door. Pretty convenient, huh?
Whoa, Dad.
What? The all-new Chevy Venture is here.
Let's go.
Good idea.
Boy, PC, isn't this exciting?
Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm at a CompUSA computer superstore.
What?
Well, you know, Bob, CompUSA has a huge all-star lineup, like the software sampler, CompKids, internet department, and access to over 50,000 computer products. Like this CompUSA PC with an Intel Pentium 2 processor, just $2199.95. Or have one made to your exact specifications.
You know, you're right, PC. CompUSA is exactly like a football game.
Well, thank you.
Well, except that, you know, you never have to worry about getting sacked.
No.
Or gang tackled.
Only at the checkout.
National Car Rental presents the Drive for the National Championship. The year 1960. Minnesota traveled to Wisconsin with a Big Ten title, Paul Bunyan's axe, and a possible national title on the line. The Golden Gophers dominated on both sides of the ball, ending a dream season. The Gophers rebound from a last-place Big Ten finish in 1959 to win the 1960 National Championship.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At National Marvel, we believe that when it comes to renting a car, there's really only one place to go. Because at most major airports in America, National gets you in your car and on the road fast. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. National Cargo.
This is football on ABC Sports.
Most people feel that Georgia is headed to the Peach Bowl right here in Atlanta, and that Georgia Tech will play in the CarQuest Bowl. That could change, of course, depending on what happens here today and with Vanderbilt and Tennessee.
This guy's been the focal point. They've tried to get him the football in several different ways.
Bobo gives it to the up-back. Olandis Gary, the transfer from Marshall, fights his way to midfield. Brought down by Travaris Tillman, the sophomore out of Lyons, Georgia.
Hines Ward trying to go over 1,000 yards in running, passing, receiving, and return yards. He has 17 return yards. He still has a long way to go. Came into the game needing over 170, but he only needs 82 passing yards. And Jim Donnan said he was going to try to get that to him and for him. Well, I'm not sure he's going to do it out of the quarterback slot. I think if they do it, it may be like a reverse pass or something like that. But, I mean, obviously, the Yellow Jackets are keeping an eye on him wherever he lines up.
Well, you're not going to change your offense just to get a guy a record or change your keys and what you want to do. This is certainly one of the keys. Edwards fighting his way. Somebody lost the helmet in there.
Yeah, and Terry, I agree with you. They're not going to change what they do well because this game is important to them. The Bulldogs need to win this game and need Vanderbilt to beat Tennessee. Now, that's a long shot, but if they do that, they still have a chance in the Lions Bowl. They need several things to happen, but most importantly, they have to win here today.
Patrick Bradford lost his hat, but again, the Yellow Jacket defense holds. They had a big stop 2 drives ago. Then they got the interception by Tarplin that led to the score by Hamilton, and now they stop on a key 3rd down play. And it brings on Dax Langley, the senior, to punt away to Harvey Middleton. Good punt. Middleton going to watch this one go, and it takes actually a Georgia Tech bounce into the end zone. 49 yards on the punt. Langley would like a couple of those back. Joe Hamilton got things going on the last drive. The quarterback draw, trying to do it again. 13:23 left.
Plymouth Neon.
Harold.
Plymouth Breeze.
Harold, stay.
Okay. Sorry.
Sit.
Honey, that was a Plymouth Voyager.
Not many companies in the world build customized products on the assembly line.
Okay. Oh, it's a Dash 13, yeah.
I would tell our competitors today to stay in your manual world. Don't think about utilizing technology, and we'll see you and where you are in about 5 years.
Herbie's back in an all-new adventure. He's alive. And this time, he's in the race of his life. The Love Bus. ABC Sunday at 7, 6 Central.
Yellow Jackets taking over at the 20-yard line. At up 7-7. Teammates from 7 different high schools facing off in this one, all over the state of Georgia. A full house at Bobby Dodd Stadium. Quick drop for Hamilton. He's got Middleton. First catch of the afternoon, up to the 35, and a first down for the Jackets.
Caught him in a base defense in just a zone. So Middleton came on the slant timing pattern, got into the seam, and moved the chains. That's perfect execution right there. Watch Hamilton. This is very hard to defend against if you're in a man coverage, but they're playing a soft zone 8 yards off the ball. Well, that's easy pickings for Hamilton, and Hamilton just got it out to Middleton for the first down.
Well, it's opened things up for Harvey Middleton, too, the way Derek Stiegel has played in the second half of his senior season. Can't focus on one guy. Hamilton's going to keep it this time and may have fallen ahead for a yard. Marcus Stroud, number 97, was in there along with Derek Bird. Bird, a senior out of Box Springs, Georgia, has started for a couple of years, but it's really amazing that he's even on the field and playing. Had 4 knee surgeries, has come back twice to finish out his career. Missed all of 94 with a knee injury, played only 2 games in 95. Came in with great promise back in 1993. Hamilton, straight drop, going to run it now. Closes quickly, though. Amarlos Leroy, the junior college transfer, made sure he stayed right there.
Good coverage, though. They came out in a combination defense. Joe Kynes right there, the defensive coordinator, made it look like a zone, but they played man to one side. When Hamilton dropped, everyone was covered, so he tried to tuck it and run and make something positive out of it. He did, but it was a short gain. Good coverage by Leroy to make the tackle.
So it brings up 3rd and 8. Sheridan and Stiegel split to the near side. Out of the shotgun is Hamilton. Here comes Bright on the blitz. Almost has him. Down goes Hamilton. Greg Bright forced it on the blitz. And then he got some help from his friends. Marcus Stroud in there well.
I tell you what, though, Joe Kynes just confused Hamilton 2 plays in a row. That time they went into a 2-deep man under, made it look like a zone, and Hamilton again was confused. This guy's calling a great defensive ball game for the Bulldogs.
Had the key timeout, too, to set his defense when at 2nd and goal from the Rodney Williams on for the 2nd time. This one going to hang up there for Michael Greer. Tavares Tillman forces him back the other way and then trips him up. A 41-yard punt and a 1-yard return by Greer. So Mike Bobo and the Bulldog offense takes over.
Trailers for sale, room split 50 cents. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8, 12, 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road.
To get the most out of your digital satellite system, you need DirecTV. And for expert advice and guaranteed low prices on your new system, you need Circuit City. We're your DSS experts, and we'll show you how to see more sports, movies, and pay-per-view than on any other system. Right now, get the last 6 weeks of 97 NFL Sunday Ticket free when you buy any DSS and sign up for monthly DirecTV Total Choice programming. Now at Circuit City.
With Plymouth, this is what you pay for, and this is what you get. Take, for example, Plymouth Neon. You get all this. And now these special savings. Get $1,500 cash back or 1.9% APR, so you can save over $2,700 in finance charges. One more time. This is what you pay for, and this is what you get. Plymouth Neon, only at your local Plymouth dealer.
ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Plymouth. More fun, more car. That's Plymouth. Burger King, where you can get your burger's worth. State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Microsoft, where do you want to go today? Rainy day in Georgia, and the defense for Georgia Tech has done its job so far.
Ralph Friedgen trying to get his offense going, but there's a look at Brooking and there's a look at, you know, the Georgia offense since that 54-yard touchdown pass early on, only one play over 10 yards.
First down, Bobo to throw. Under pressure, Carpenter was there as well. And Brooking on the tackle up at the 30-yard line after the pass complete to Hines Ward. But every time Bobo goes back to throw, he's getting pressure from the end.
Yeah, that's not as much yardage as they want to give up on first down. Georgia does a good job to convert this thing and bring up second down and short. But still, for the defense, is keeping it under 10 yards and keeping the pressure on Bobo.
scrimmage. Edwards, the lone step back. He gets the call, finds a lane, and is brought down up at the 40-yard line. And again, for the second time, Delonte Cameron makes a tackle that maybe the last line of defense.
Yeah, and look what they did to Truslin here on the right side. They put two guys on him and just rode him out of there. I mean, they had Stinchcomb on him and Ingram on him through the key block, and then Edwards followed him up through there. So they moved the chains. Again, the Georgia Tech defense has to worry about first down. This play coming up right here, first down, has been the key to their success early in this ball game. They've got to stop him on first.
Edwards ran for 17 yards the first time he touched the ball, but normally he breaks some of those tackles. You get the sense that he may bust another one. There's Larry Brown, the tight end. A big gain. They'll move the chains inside the 45-yard line. And the tight ends, both he and Jermaine Wiggins, have been a big part of this Georgia offense this year.
I'm telling you, if you're one of the cornerbacks for Georgia Tech, and you see Larry Brown coming at you, he is a load. The guy is 6'5", 260 pounds, plays forward on the basketball team. This is just a high percentage pass into the flats. They slip him in there, and look. All right, now you got to be shaking in your boots. You're one of these little DBs. This guy is a load. Get down low and just hope he goes down. They're just trying to cut his legs out from under him.
And you get some help. Took two guys to bring him down.
He gets rolling. I guarantee they'll go to him quite a bit today.
Georgia Tech bringing the blitz. Down goes Alandis Gary. Big old number 94, Dan Witherspoon, the senior out of Mobile, Alabama. Hit him and brought him to the turf in a hurry. A lot of shuffling of this defense for Georgia Tech in the last couple of weeks for good reason. As you see Gary going off, they've given up a lot of yards and a lot of points. And Witherspoon, one of those guys with more of a chance to play since they began the shuffling. 2nd and 10. Bobo out of the shotgun. Plenty of time. Wide open is Edwards. Fights his way after breaking the tackle for the first down. Pushed out of bounds by John Myers. Well, to move the chains again, a gain of 15 for the senior.
Key to that play was Coach Smith started at cornerback. He got hurt on the last play. So they come in with number 25, Troy Tolbert. He's a redshirt freshman. And on the very first play, they go after him. He misses the tackle and then move the chains. They caught the ball in front of him, and then they ran past him. A lot of pressure on him. Now watch 25 coming up. He's got to break down, come under control, and hit him high. Instead, he loses his leverage and lets Edwards run by him. They saw Kofi Smith get hurt. They went right at the freshman.
That secondary is really thin anyway. Jason Bostic out with a dislocated shoulder. Robert Edwards can't turn the corner. Brooking there to stop him with Derek Shepard. Travaris Tillman in on the tackle too. Robert Edwards for a moment looks like he could get around the corner.
Well, I tell you what, Keith Brooking is rangy. He's modestly recruited when he came out of high school, but he runs to the football. Number 35 is always around the football. Whether it's a receiver, whether it's a running back, he gets over there. He was 198 pounds when he came to Georgia Tech. He's now 6'4", 245 pounds, and he's sure to be one of the top 15 picks in the NFL draft.
Not a good cooking in the South. Edwards and Brooking all day will be a matchup to watch. Quick out, what a catch. Michael Greer with a diving catch near the first down marker. The redshirt freshman out of Athens.
And Mrs. Tolbert, I'm sorry I'm picking on your son, but redshirt freshman Troy Tolbert's finding it tough going. It's actually Mike Bobo picking on him. He saw where he lined up this time and went after him again with one of the best receivers, Greer. Michael Greer is also a redshirt freshman, but he knows where the ball's going. He knows what kind of route he's running, and Tolbert didn't.
Well, that's a great catch, too. To hang on to that, know where the marker is. Got the first down right in front of Troy Tolbert.
Actually, not bad coverage.
No,
make the catch in front of him, but he has to be a little bit more aggressive.
Georgia burned time out earlier on defense, and this time it's Georgia Tech. After the first down by the Dogs, who will want to talk things over, is Jim Donnan, former player at NC State, and of course won a 1AA championship at Marshall, 92 national championship. And let's step away while we have a moment. Take a look at what's coming up tonight on ABC.
Tonight,
I think you better see this.
for those who doubt,
Well, it seems St. Thomas has its own miracle.
a reason to believe.
Is it possible?
A special Nothing Sacred at 9, 8 Central. Then, it's a shame he's such a good lawyer.
2 little boys are dead because I got this guy time served on a prior conviction.
It makes it hard to live with himself.
4-year-old boy and his 5-year-old brother were murdered and raped by a man who was out there because I played my part. I played my part. Well, I can't play my part anymore.
A powerful practice, all new ABC Tonight.
We mentioned a moment ago the injuries in the secondary. Lewis, you have more on that?
Yeah, Kofi Smith was leg whipped attempting to make a tackle. He's got a left bruised knee, but he's still going back in the game. He's going to look at it here on the sideline a few more minutes, but he's headed back in.
Good job, Lewis. They need him to get back in there. It's not that Tolbert can't do the job, but I think right now Georgia thinks he's a weak link. They're picking on him a little bit, trying to play in front of the soft corner.
Smith has been starting there, and he's got a lot more experience than Tolbert does. Robert Edwards going to back up deep in the backfield this time. He'll get the ball, look for a seam, fight his way inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line.
3-yard gain on the play.
An impressive drive for the Bulldogs. Harpland a little banged up. He's been banged up, too. He had a thigh bruise. And against the Blue Devils of Duke, spent much of the time on the sideline.
Terry, this has been a great drive by Georgia. And I think right now the Yellow Jackets have to take some more chances. I think they've got to get out of break tendency. Maybe come with a little pressure. Maybe show them something that they haven't seen yet in the ball game.
And here they come, looking on the blitz. Bobo to the end zone. Incomplete. Hines Ward held on to the football, but he was out of bounds.
Hines Ward saying, hey, come on. Looks at the back judge and says, my feet hit. He thought he was in. Bobo thought he had a touchdown. It was close. Take a look at this. Now the ball is well thrown. They did come with the blitz. Look at the right hand of your screen. Here they come with the corner blitz. Looking was coming as well. Now let's see if he gets anything in bounds. Ward lays out for the ball. Now watch. His elbow's in. I thought that was a touchdown.
Bob's Lewis.
I'll tell you what, it looks like Ward is in.
Oh, I thought that was a touchdown. Great catch by Hines Ward.
You make an effort like that, too. It's almost as if you deserve that.
Okay, was that on the
Ward under pressure over the middle? Intercepted. Tavares Tillman with the pick. Tillman, the sophomore out of Lyons, Georgia. The second interception of the game. Tarplin had the first one to set up a touchdown.
I mean, this ball is well read. He's in his hip pocket. Watch Tillman, 26 now. He sees it, the break on the ball, steps right in front, picks his pocket, actually took it right out of his hands. The ball was perfectly thrown. It looked like it was going to be a complete. Tony Small, number 9, has it right there, and all of a sudden, here comes 26 Tillman and takes it right out of his hands. Good break on the football, good read, great strength to take it away.
Hey, we got a good one going on here at Bobby Dodd Stadium. The back and forth. There goes Charles Wiley, tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. Right in there.
I'm not excited. I'm calling ball in the air. Interception. This is fun.
You know,
this is a good back alley brawl we've got on going here.
You really sense the last couple of days, just being here in Atlanta, that there is, as they put it in the paper this morning, more hatred now in this series because of the fact that both teams have played very well this year. 8-2 and Georgia Tech 6-4 after the Bulldogs kept the Yellow Jackets out of a bowl game the last 2 years. And Wilder makes the catch up at the 10-yard line. Look at Perry, about 4 Bulldog defenders. Jeff Harris got there first for the ride.
Terry, you're right. There's a lot of emotion in the ball game, and we just saw Wilder using a lot of strength and a lot of that adrenaline flow to get the first. I mean, this is not a very complicated play. They just throw right over the middle underneath your back. All right, now here he comes. Now watch how he drives. 1 tackler, 3 tacklers he carries past the sticks. You talk about hatred. They were talking earlier in the week, and they said marriages have broken up, business relationships have split. Families have gotten in disputes over this rivalry.
And you think that's an exaggeration? Not Hamilton will go this time. Marcus Stroud tripped him up.
Good for 2-yard gain.
Well, the 92nd meeting. They first played in 1893, 1 year after Georgia started to play football. Georgia winning, 8 out of the last 10, including 6 in a row.
Talk to the Georgia coaches. They say, oh, yeah, we've got more alumni in the Atlanta area than they've got at Georgia Tech. Then you talk to the Georgia Tech folks, and they say, yeah, but they all those Georgia folks that work in the area, they all work for Georgia Tech people.
George O'Leary talked to us yesterday about one of the first people he met was a Georgia fan in an elevator when he came down here. As Charlie Rogers is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Harris, who went for the ride moments ago, this time brings down the smaller back. But it was an elderly lady in an elevator, and the Southern manners were non-existent because she was a dog fan and she was a Georgia Tech coach.
How about them dogs, and how about the job Jim Donnan's done? Revived it. Greg Goff, of course, had all great intentions, played there. He led the red of Georgia, just loved it. But Jim Donnan came in and has turned his program around and gotten it back to where the people think were the Georgia of old.
Well, they believe in his system this year. When they worked at Marshall, some doubted it would work in Athens, but it's working now. Middleton wide open. Only Harris to beat. Harvey Middleton down to the 27. The big play as he was wide open. A strike from Hamilton. 54 yards.
Well, I mean, the ball is perfectly thrown. Get back in coverage. See the corner trying to give him up to the safety, but 13 gets over there late. That ball was just well thrown. Again, a timing matter. They were working on the zone. They got it between number 5, Ronald Bailey, and they got it in between Harris, 13, the safety. They beat the bracket. Put an exclamation point on it.
Wiley and Rogers in the backfield. Hamilton dropped by Antonio Cochran. The junior out of Montezuma, Georgia, and the junior college transfer. Seen him in the backfield on that rush all year long.
Watching Bailey on that last play made me think of the brothers Bailey, both on corners, both outstanding players. What a family that is. A couple of families. Playing
the lucky triplets.
You got the Lucky triplets. You got the Bailey brothers. I remember when the Tereshitskis played back in the 70s, Wally and Joe.
Middleton drops it. Take a good look. You won't see that very often.
No, and I guarantee you, he's going to go back to the huddle, and his cousin Joe Hamilton's going to say, hey, come on, cuz. We've been playing together since we were 7 years old. I never see you drop a pass like that.
Back in South Carolina, Joe Hamilton, the player of the year in South Carolina. That was the man he threw it to. A couple of years ahead of him was Harvey Middleton.
You know, there's a look at George O'Leary and then his offensive coordinator, Ralph Friedgen, who came from the San Diego Chargers, giving guys a chance to make big plays. I mean, he's throwing the ball down the field a lot more than Tech did last year. And Tech, I think, has looked better every week.
Jackets trying to put something on the board before halftime. Hamilton pays for it. He slipped first and was starting to go down. Greg Bright, though, hit him pretty well. There's Ralph Friedgen on the sideline.
Ralph, of course, was here under Bobby Ross, and then when Bobby went to become the head coach of the San Diego Chargers, he went with Bobby, and then he came back. This is the draw. It's a pre-planned play. He looks downfield, gives him a little fake, and then heads up, usually through the 2-hole or the 3-hole, depending on what side of the crease, what side of the center is the crease, this lane, the opening.
Well, Dave Frakes comes on, try a 45-yarder. The Yellow Jackets take the time out. They want to talk things over to set things up for Frakes. 2:23 left until the half.
With Plymouth, this is what you pay for, and this is what you get. Take, for example, Plymouth Neon. You get all this. And now these special savings. Get $1,500 cash back or 1.9% APR, so you can save over $2,700 in finance charges. One more time. This is what you pay for, and this is what you get. Plymouth Neon, only at your local Plymouth dealer.
Dream begins here. Running behind the rack, coming onto the field. I know the tradition behind it, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. Every time I run on the field, I just get this joy with me. They
come from big cities and small towns, and they've been doing it for 45 years in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Watch their dreams come true with ACC football.
Promotional consideration provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of ABC Sports.
Let's go! Two high-powered offenses, but it has not been a shootout. The defense is doing their jobs. Georgia holding and stopping this drive of Georgia Tech, but Dave Frakes on for an attempt from 45 yards. That's as long as he has kicked one this season. Brandon Shaw, the backup quarterback, places it down. Breaks, falls just short.
Terry, you've got to think the ball's a little bit heavy. It's been wet the entire first half. It's rained. The ground is wet. That'll make that ball a little bit heavy.
So George O'Leary's team comes up empty on this drive, and let's step away for a moment. It's coming up at halftime. New York and John Saunders.
Terry, coming up on Valvoline halftime 97. We'll look at the Tennessee game right now. They're 17-3 lead over Vanderbilt. Very important game for them.
Yeah, it's a very important game. We'll take a look at the whole championship Saturday picture next week. We'll also take a look at the story of the end of football at Boston University.
It's all coming up on Valvoline halftime 97. Terry.
All right, John, thank you. Georgia still with an outside chance, of course, that you mentioned, to win the SEC's Eastern Division title. Corey Allen on the cutback. Across the 40 to the 42. A first down for Georgia. Now you've got 2:11 left. As Georgia Tech defense has played well, but the Bulldogs will try to put some numbers on the board here, gain some momentum in the locker room.
Yeah, and there is no real sense of urgency from Mike Bobo. I mean, he's got plenty of time on the clock, 2:11. As you mentioned, he's got the timeouts. You know, he's got the entire field to work with. You don't want to give any time back to Georgia Tech.
You've got the 2 timeouts. They burned one on defense earlier. Bobo out of the shotgun. Same play to Allen. He's got the same result and more. Corey Allen going to bust it out. Inside the 20, only Tillman can catch him. Touchdown. Corey Allen, 59 yards. Hines Ward went 54 early on in this one. And now Allen goes 59.
So much for leaving time on the clock for Georgia Tech. Like, that's a concern. Let's go ahead and score. Oh, that was great.
And Timmy, how many times do you see that? They went right back to the same thing that they gained a whole bunch of yards on the previous play. If it works, stay with it. Langley on. Up. Good. Didn't take him long.
Terry, it's a tough play to stop because it's almost like a rub off. Look at the very top of your screen here. Now, these guys are going to come out and form a wall. Let it roll. Now, watch. Here he comes. 2 steps. Now, slide back under. All right, now, look, he's going to see the red jerseys in front of him because the blockers, Hines, Warren's up there. There's 69, Fleming getting a block. Everybody up to help him. And once he's into the secondary, then he uses that great speed to pull away. That is a very tough play to stop. As you mentioned, they ran it 2 times in a row. They had success with it both times. Went back to it. It worked. Pretty good numbers there.
3rd touchdown catch of the year for Allen. Well, coming up next right here on ABC Sports, the Skins game. 4 of America's top players, Tiger Woods, Tom Lehman, Marco Mira, and David Duval, who has stepped in for Freddie Couples. Big money riding in every hole. They're out west for the Skins game right here on ABC. Mark Johnson going to kick it away. Rogers watches this one. That was about 30 yards out of bounds when it landed. That was way out of bounds. They're going at it on the sidelines a little bit as Corey Allen mugs for the camera. Now you got a right to 59-yard run with that catch.
All right, now the shoe is on the other foot Georgia Tech has plenty of time, 146 to work. And here's the guy that's been making big plays for you the last 3 games. As a matter of fact, 15 catches, 439 yards. He's averaging almost 30 a catch. And yet today, absolutely no catches. Have not even looked his way. I think now's the time to do it. You've got 145. You need a big play. You want to work it, set it up, and then go to it. And Stiegel's the guy that's been the deep threat.
Yeah, he's had all the injuries in his career. You have to feel good about the second half of the season for Derek Stiegel, because he had the broken arm in '94, had the knee injury, really wasn't ready at the beginning of this season, but now is back to that speed of about 4.3. He can fly when he's healthy. Hamilton going to throw it. There he is. Derek Stiegel. Cut back, cuts up, across midfield, got a first down. And plenty of time now for the Yellow Jackets. 1:39 after the gain of 17 from Hamilton to Stiegel.
Stiegel's played running back. He's played wide receiver. He is a big-time player. His first catch of the game, and they need him now to come up big.
Middleton, Sheridan, and Stiegel, the wide receivers. 3 receivers set. There's Stiegel again. Gets out of bounds at the 42. Maybe the 41-yard line. So the clock stops.
Now let's go back to the beginning of the series. We say you dink, you dunk, and now you set up the play. Now don't be surprised if you see Stiegel or Middleton go deep. That's just putting the chum out there. That's just trying to draw all the DBs up. Once the corner now has been brought up twice, now you give him a little stop and go and see if you can blow by him.
Now the defense has to respect both sides, both Stiegel and Middleton. Hamilton throws over the middle. That's the other receiver, Mike Sheridan. And he's the possession receiver, knocked out of bounds with a first down. O.G. Grant rode him out.
Boy, and Stiegel threw a key block, too. I mean, it was a punishing block. So he makes 2 catches, and now key block. They move the chains. Now watch this. After the catch, here's Stiegel, top of your screen. He's not in the play. So come back, roll back, and get a block. Puts the shoulder right into his rib cage. Grant's feeling it. So Stiegel right now. He's feeling it.
There are some games where you don't see those things, but Georgia and Georgia Tech get all the little extras. Here comes the blitz. Hamilton reads it. Wide open. Middleton at the 20 down to the 17. Another first down. Well, this is impressive.
Stops the clock with 1:16. Still no hurry. Joe Hamilton, though, showing a sense of urgency, wants to get him back up to the line. Joe, you don't have to rush.
18 yards on the play. They're going to start the clock after they set the chain. Quick drop. Middleton over on the slant inside the 5, down to the 4. And another first down. It'll be first and goal for the Jackets.
Hamilton in a rhythm here. Just take 2 steps out of the shotgun and just drill it again in the seam. Playing in a zone. Timing pattern. Middleton's there. Joe Kine's concerned. I'd look for Middleton or Hamilton again to run the ball up the middle if he's not careful defensively.
Shotgun Hamilton. Middleton through his hands. A dangerous pass because you've got Trey Sipe, the strong safety, who read it perfectly and almost got there.
I don't know if that ball was tipped or not by Sipe, but it still looked like it could have been caught by Middleton. Now you watch, this should be a touchdown because Joe puts this ball right where he has to. That ball's not tipped, I don't believe, but it's knocked up on Middleton. There was enough distraction out of the defense. Wright reached in and Sipe was there, but it took his eye off of it. Hit his chest plate and bounced off.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Another dangerous pass, and it's almost picked off. Wright was there. Sipe there, so was Kirby Smart. And I think Sipe got a hand on it. Whew.
Boy, you love this if you're a defense. So you're down now in a goal line situation. They're throwing at you. It's a challenge. You're up 14-7. Hamilton's not going to win. Neither is Joe Kines. Look, Joe Kines is calling the defense. He's got a good feel for what he wants, but Hamilton is feeling it right now. I mean, he's throwing. He thinks he can get it into any little seam.
Joe Kines' defense stopped them on second and goal from the 1 earlier. Now you've got third and goal from the 4. Hamilton goes incomplete.
That ball should have been caught.
Ed Wilder was out there on his knees waiting for it.
You know, we talked about Joe Hamilton, how dangerous he is as a runner. Well, this time it was all pass. But then he took 2 steps like he was going to tuck it away. The defenders came up. That left Wilder open. He put it right there where it should have been a touchdown. Now watch this.
Too much speed on it.
Here it is, like he's going to run. All right, the defenders come up. Joe sees that. The ball was tipped, and it knocked it away. So it was tipped. Wilder's off the hook.
Yep. So it's a 21-yard try now. But Dave Frakes, who just missed the 45-yarder. Chip shot this time.
Only 3, but a very impressive drive.
And both teams really walk away with a victory of sorts. Georgia with the stop on 1st and goal inside the 5.
It's a fun football game. Joe Kynes takes a deep breath, shakes his head, and scratches his hair.
Well, an all-new drama tonight here on ABC at 8 o'clock 7 Central. Eric Roberts stars at C16, followed by a special episode of Nothing Sacred on a special night. Then Dylan McDermott stars in The Practice tonight on ABC. And tomorrow night, the Wonderful Disney presents an all-new version of the classic Love Bug, one of Tim Brandt's favorite movies of all time. 7 o'clock 6 Central, then a network premiere that brings Mortal Kombat home. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia star in Street Fighter. ABC Sunday night movie. I remember going to the theater as a kid watching The Love Bug.
You're older than I thought.
Did you ever have one of those?
That was before my time.
Right. Well, 43 seconds left until half. Don't go anywhere yet. With the lead. They struck quickly the last time. This one taken by one of the upbacks and out to the 34-yard line. Earl Chambers, a strong safety, bringing it back.
You know, we were saying Wilder should have made that catch in the end zone. Then we saw it was tipped. I want you to go back now, and I want you to watch number 45 right here. That's your linebacker. That's Bright. Okay, so Garrett Bright comes over, and Bright sees the pass in his lane and gets that left hand up just enough to knock it past Wilder and save a touchdown. Otherwise, Wilder has the ball, and it's a tie score.
Now, you saw Middleton in the back of the end zone saying, "I'm open too," and waving his hands. Quick reaction from Bright, though.
Good job by the linebacker Bright to read the eyes and get his body on the pass.
There goes Hines Ward with a direct snap to him. He turns the corner. Run out at the 46. Look for a moment like he might bust that one.
Still got 30 seconds left in the half. They're trying to get down to field goal range.
Hines Ward has not thrown a pass yet today. Gain of 21 on the run. Look at his career numbers as a QB. And again, 82 yards he needs in the air to get over 1,000 yards running, passing, and receiving. First man ever do that in NCAA history if he does it. Bobo to throw, batted down. And again, Jesse Tarplin almost picked it off again.
Almost did it again. Wow. That's such a difficult play he made earlier. You think, well, you never see that in a game of football. A guy that's going to block a pass, be in that close, and still make the interception. But watch 41, top of your screen. He almost does it again. Perfect timing, gets it in his hands, and knows, hey, I almost had my second interception of the day.
You know, that first one, it was like Freddie Bolitnikoff with the stickum all over his forearms. Yeah. It just stuck right there, and he pinned it against the offensive lineman.
You figure when you're only 5 yards or less in front of Bobo, there's a lot of velocity on that ball.
Yeah. 2nd and 10, shotgun now. Bobo, swing pass, batted down, almost picked off again. Well, Mike Bobo is going to figure out time to start throwing it the other way.
Jesse Tarplin just giving Bobo fits. Bobo points down to number 70, Chris Terry, and says, come on, block him out of here. Plus, after Bobo delivered it, then he was just driven into the ground. Well, that's a pretty impressive little hit right there by Hughes, too.
Well, Hughes, Bobo, who calls himself Zeus. Humility aside, he's played like it so far in the first half.
I'll tell you this, he is cut. He's got some body.
Well, the numbers on Bobo going to Hines Ward on this one. Down to the 23. fourth catch of the afternoon. He had a big one for a touchdown earlier, but they'll move the chains. He got 16 seconds left.
Well within field goal range now, but Georgia wants more. Bobo getting them up to the line of scrimmage. They haven't even set the chains yet.
Going to down it. You're right. They never got the chain set on the far sideline.
That's incredible to me. The referee put the ball in play before the chains were even down to the 25-yard line. Still just a clock play. Stops it with 14 seconds left. He still has the ability to take 2 shots. Enough time to take 2 shots into the end zone, or at least get it down a little bit further. What you don't want to do is throw a risky pass that could be picked.
2 timeouts left. So if they don't get it to the end zone, of course it'll stop on the move of the team, but they can call the timeout. Underthrows Edwards, and he stays in bounds.
He's got to take a timeout with 6 seconds if they do.
He tried to get out, but he went down just inside the line, and they're well short of first down.
That's going to be it. Now you've got to go for the field goal. Bobo wants to take another shot, but there's not enough time, and Jim Donnan knows it. Look at it. He's looking back at the clock, though. He's considering it.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 4 for Bobo, and well, we have a moment. Many great finishes between these two. Today's Marriott moment, we look back to 1995. Georgia Tech out to the early 14-0 lead on this Donnie Davis to Cedric Zachary touchdown pass. But Georgia came back. Quarterback Hines Ward on 2-point conversion, pulling the Bulldogs within 2 points in the 4th quarter, setting up an opportunity for Cannon Parkman. And a game-winning 33-yard field goal try. The low-line drive lifting the Bulldogs to a victory. And Ray Goff bringing his team to the Peach Bowl and knocking the Yellow Jackets out of a bowl. First of 2 straight years in which they would do that. George O'Leary doesn't think that will happen this year. The Yellow Jackets should already be in a bowl. So they're going to try the 35-yard field goal. Dax Langley on. Not even close.
Blocked by Brooking.
Blocked by Brooking.
Oh, Brooking came through cleanly and got his whole arm on the ball.
The senior in his last regular season game takes away 3 from the Georgia Bulldogs. And Jim Donnan out to have a word. Well, the great defensive plays by Tarplin and now Brooking on the block of the field goal try. Georgia Tech defense doing a job, but Georgia on top, 14-10 at the half here in Atlanta.
Wrangler jeans are the perfect jeans to wear when you're going out for a little seafood with your best buddy. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans. Wrangler jeans, perfect when you're training your dog, or when your dog is training you. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
Overreach?
Take these back. They're over hard. Try again.
I think I liked you better smoking. He's quitting. Cold turkey.
Hey, I'm quitting myself. Can I suggest?
Nicoderm CQ. Does that help?
If it didn't, you'd be wearing these eggs.
With a 24-hour stream of medicine, Nicoderm CQ calms even nasty cravings. It's the power to calm, the power to comfort, the power...
Well, right about when the second quarter started. Terry Gannon, Tim Brandt, Lewis Johnson here. The 92nd meeting between Georgia and Georgia Tech at Bobby Dodd Stadium. Couldn't ask for much more than this, Tim Brandt.
No, it was a terrific first half. Hines Ward, we talked about him in the very first series, broke off a lone touchdown. Joe Hamilton, we talked about him. He came back and scored a touchdown for Georgia Tech. Back and forth they went. Georgia scored last. 14-10 is the score right now, but Georgia Tech ended with a good defensive stand.
The Yellow Jackets get it first. The F-men across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
They're going to get good field position to start this half, too.
Virgil Johnson on the return. This is what happened in the first half.
All right, John Myers, number 7, overcommits. Hines Ward takes it the distance. We told you at the beginning of the game he's trying to go over 1,000 yards in 4 different categories. Started with a big play. Look at this interception.
Jesse Tarplin somehow hung on.
Then the quarterback draw, Joe Hamilton found the crease, took it in, and then look at Brooking, number 35, blocked the field goal attempt as time expired in the first half.
So here we are. First play from scrimmage to begin the second half. Joe Hamilton almost slipped down. But he makes something positive out of a negative, out to the 45-yard line. And the Dean Witter first half stats, 343 yards in the air for Mike Bobo.
Yeah, but also a couple of turnovers. See that? 2 turnovers for Georgia. Now, of course, the one that Georgia Tech had, Hamilton put it on the ground, but they got it right back because it was Mike Bobo who threw an interception. So 2 turnovers. They only had 10 for the entire season coming into this game.
Yeah, they were tied for the nation coming in. Near a first down as Charles Wiley, the up man, carries it up to about the 47-yard line. Wiley and Charlie Rogers have spent most of the time in the backfield for Georgia Tech so far.
Coming in with a power-packed offense here now. They're bringing in Lilly. They're bringing in Matt Guba. Looks like a 3 tight end situation they're coming up with. As you look at the quarterbacks, both guys having a pretty good day. 14 to 20. But again, the 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. And then Joe Hamilton, 10 of 16. He had a fumble. Boy, was he hot on the last offensive drive.
Hamilton going to keep it. Snake right over the top. I'm not sure he got there.
He needs a pretty good mark.
Paul Snellings, the junior out of LaGrange, Georgia, met him right at the line of scrimmage. Joe Kine's defense coming up with a couple of good stops so far.
Going to be short, but again, they're going to go with their big elephant set, the big heavy package.
Yeah, they put Virgil Johnson, Ed Wilder, and Charles Wiley in the backfield.
Mike Lilly comes in as a tight end. Gave him the first. Good mark. So the heavy package goes out.
Well,
spread the field.
That is a generous mark. Play action for Hamilton. He's looking, runs out of room. Brought down in the backfield by Snellings, who's made 2 good plays in a row to start this second half. Second sack of the year for Snellings.
You know, when the coaches talk about Paul Snellings, number 96, they say he's a blue-collar type guy. I mean, the guy is not gifted with the athletic ability a lot of these guys do, but he just works, shows up every day, works. He's in the weight room every day lifting. He's in there doing the things he has to do, studying tape and the film, looking at the guy across from him, learning his strengths and weaknesses, and they say week in and week out, Snellings is making plays.
A loss of 7 on the sack. It brings up 2nd and 17. Hamilton going to keep it. Gets a block, turns the corner into Georgia territory, down to about the 46-yard line. Kirby Smart, the free safety, drove him out there, but a good gain. 13 yards on the play.
Watch the block Lilly makes, number 82, kind of sealing things there, 82. Now, look, here's another block in front of him out of the back, and Hamilton now tries to cut back in, and again, the feet slip from under him. So every time these guys try to make a hard cut, their cleats aren't digging in on the wet field.
Both of these teams with solid tight ends, Lilly and Myers for Georgia Tech. Wiggins and Brown for Georgia. Georgia throws to their tight ends more than Georgia Tech does. 3rd and 4. Hamilton, the straight drop, incomplete. Charlie Rogers was out there wide open out of the backfield.
Yeah, Rogers was open, and also Stiegel was open. And it was just a bad delivery by Hamilton. I'm not sure he had a good grip on the football. Now, the football's got to be a little bit wet. It's got to be a little bit heavy. They keep changing the footballs. They're trying to keep them dry. But if you watch these 2 guys up top as Stiegel, you watch how he comes and goes around Harris. All right, now here comes Rogers, the bottom of your screen. There goes Stiegel at the top. He's behind Harris. And I don't think Hamilton ever had a real good grip on the football.
Rodney Williams on for another punt. Averaged just over 40 yards so far. This one a high, short kick. And he's going to lose some yardage on this. They're coming all the way up. Well, they're still walking. The 26-yard line. It's a punt of 20 yards. I know he was trying for the corner, but that's not what Rodney Williams, one of the best punters in the entire country, wanted at all.
Innovation played a very important part in Anheuser-Busch's success, in Anheuser-Busch's history. Back in 1876, when Budweiser was first produced, Adolphus Busch knew that temperature was the enemy of beer. He was innovative enough to produce a fleet of refrigerated railroad cars, refrigerated with ice stations along the rail sidings to keep the beer cool as he shipped it across the United States. And that was one of the keys to the success of Budweiser. controlling the temperature of the product. Innovation, trying new things on the frontier of new ideas, has been and will always be a key in the success of Anheuser-Busch.
So what are we going to do tomorrow?
The new redesigned Ford Ranger. The only compact pickup built Ford tough.
He's such a good lawyer, it's hard to live with himself.
4-year-old boy and his 5-year-old brother were murdered by a man who was out there because I played my part. Well, I can't play my part anymore.
All new practice, ABC tonight.
Georgia Tech. Hard to get any better than this one. Rain has gone away. Hines Ward, a 54-yard touchdown catch early on.
19 yards rushing. He's got 85 yards receiving. He's got 17 yards returning. He's everywhere.
Ward in motion to the far side. Bobo on the play-action rollout. Patrick pass out of the backfield. But wrapped up by Travaris Tillman, who's played a good game. He was in on that block of the field goal with Keith Brooking at the end of the first half.
Really did make a nice play on that because that's a well-designed play for Bobo. He sends Hines Ward, the superstar, out in a deeper flat and then brings the tight end underneath. So you got to make a commitment. You don't want to leave Hines Ward, and then somebody's got to get up and take the tight end. They've had a lot of that play success.
A lot of success, yeah, and a lot of success this year with that play too. Just watching tapes on Georgia, if you've watched them all year, it's got some big gains out of that. The rollout this time it's dropped.
Tried it again.
Yep, number 89, Jermaine Wiggins, the transfer from Marshall, had it right in his hands and dropped it.
And again, they had Ward take the defenders out deep. He would just sprint past them, and they slide Wiggins out underneath. You know, for Bobo, this should be easy pickings. It's just a little play action. And once he fakes to Edwards, watch, he rolls and his tight end's wide open. That guy's got to make the catch. Wiggins has made 2 touchdown catches this year, but he's got to make the reception. And now if you watch the top of your screen, this is what's happening. See, Ward clears out, takes the defensive back with him, and then they throw underneath to the tight end.
And if obviously got to expect the speed of Weinstein to clear him out. Hines Ward with a catch at the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs. They move the chains. Hines Ward, going back to that previous play, when you diagrammed it, you've got to respect the speed of Ward, and so it opens up that whole area. Now they come right back to Hines Ward.
And it did a great example of what effect this guy has on the defense, even when he's not involved in the play. He's got guys following him, which clears out for other receivers. Then he comes back here on the 3rd play and makes the big catch for the first down.
And having said all of that, it opens things up for Robert Edwards to run the football. The whistle at dead, flags on the play.
That's got to be motion because there was time on the play clock.
We haven't heard from Ron Gilbert much at all.
Ball before the snap. Red player lined up in the neutral zone. On the offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
A couple of penalties for Jim Donnan's club, but they're the best team in the SEC in terms of avoiding penalties.
I was just going to say they don't make many mental mistakes. Here today, you're seeing more mistakes than they've made in a long time. I mean, they came in with 10 turnovers for the year. They have 2 here today. Least penalized team in the SEC, and we're seeing them make a couple of mental mistakes. Those are stupid mistakes when they happen before the ball snapped. Dead ball fouls should not occur.
Well, it backs him up 5 yards. First and 15. Bobo throws. He's got Small right ahead of Brooking. What a throw. Tony Small to the 35. Bobo laid it out there perfectly.
That's a mismatch that Georgia wants to get. You've got your wide receiver, Tony Small, who's 6'3", 200 pounds, working against 35, the linebacker. Now, Brooking is an All-American. He's going to be in the NFL. But watch, he's got decent coverage, but nobody yells ball. He never turns around and looks for the ball until Small actually has it. You mentioned what a pass it was, and it was perfectly thrown for Small, who had the defender, Brooking, back too late.
25. Concentrate ball to the head. In motion to the near side. Going to run it back this way. Robert Edwards finds the running a little bit tough. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Derek Shepard, the senior out of Dayton, Ohio.
Georgia drive going though. Georgia Tech comes back and makes a good stop on first. Remember when Dave Huxtable told us first down was critical? Well, here it is again. It's first down, and they're trying to make a stop, and they do. All right, 35 booking again. The play helps for pursuit, and that's where everybody is. That's a great first down field. Now brings up second down and 11. Now the defense has the
long 11, in fact 12. They're going to call it. Second down. Bobo out of the shotgun. Plenty of time. Wide open is Greer. Catch caught to the 25. Michael Greer, who had a great catch in the almost lost this one. Get back to the Jackets, but held on.
That's a great catch. It was a deflected ball, but I watch him reach back and keep the ball alive. All right, now it's perfectly thrown, but he misses it. Now watch his left hand keep it alive for him. He tips it to himself and makes the catch before Caldwell can get over there. That's a great play. Terrific concentration.
Jim Donnan just shakes his head.
Keep in mind, Kofi Smith, the defensive back from Georgia Tech, got hurt in the first half, has not been back.
And you've got Troy Tolbert, the redshirt freshman, locked one-on-one with Ward right now. But they're going to give it to Landis Gary. Bouncing outside, man, lost a couple of yards after he made the initial contact at the line. And Witherspoon brought him down after he was knocked around by about 3 or 4 Yellow Jackets.
Georgia Tech players, Terry, know they're trailing by 4. They've got a not real great come from behind team where they're going to score a lot of points late. They stand here. They can't let the Bulldogs pull away too big.
Tolbert locked on one-on-one with Small this time to the near side. Ward and Allen to the far side. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Back. Driven to the 17th. Take advantage. The redshirt freshman, Troy Tolbert, is locked man for man. They're trying to.
Here's your freshman right there at the bottom of your screen. Go ahead with. Just all that is 2 steps from 25 Tolbert, but that's enough to get into the crease, get into the big gainer, which now brings up 3rd and short.
The Jackets reach off the secondary. Kobe Smith moves back into the game. Offensive production good for the Georgia Bulldogs. 407. Wiggins holds on this time. Inside the 10. Down to about the 7-yard line.
Kofi Smith back in the ball game, but missed the tackle. Not 100%. There's 43. There's Smith. Playing with a lot of pain now. He was leg whipped earlier. Very rare when he misses the tackle. Wiggins one there.
Wiggins with good hands. You don't see him drop balls very often. There's Kofi Smith back in, hurting a little bit, but back in and playing a long drive right now. First and goal. Wiggins in motion. Robert Edwards slices through down to the 3.
Quick hitter, good play. They brought Kofi Smith off the corner on a blitz. Corner blitz. Got there just a second too late. Stafford, Fleming, Terry, Ingram, Stitchcomb. Those guys up front for Georgia doing a great job protecting Bobo and open up holes.
The Georgia defense been able to hold twice when Georgia Tech had it inside the 5. We'll see what the Yellow Jackets do here. Wiggins in motion. Going to run Edwards off the left side. His way down to the goal line. Did not get in. No signal yet. Delonte Cameron, number 55, who's been injured and out 4 games. Made a touchdown-saving tackle. He stuck Robert Edwards before he could get to the end zone.
Edwards gets up shaking his head. You know, he's dogged by injuries at Georgia. But I tell you what, he erased all questions this year. Just like we're erasing the They questioned his durability, they questioned his toughness, but not this year. Man, he has been fantastic. Came into the game with 830 yards, 6-yard average, 12 touchdowns, has done everything Jim Donnan has asked him.
Callaway, the senior in. There goes Robert Edwards following Callaway, and the Tech defense stopped him behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, what a play at the goal line.
Looking and Rogers again. Guessing that he's going over the top, and they met him. Edwards is coming over the top. Here comes 35 looking. Goes over to meet him. 50 and 35 are there, and that is picture perfect. That is sticking. That is guessing and guessing correctly and making the stop.
And then how about the swarm after he made the initial hit?
Brings up 4th down and short. Your defensive line now, you got to be thinking quarterback sneak with Bobo.
Callaway and pass out of the eye. They split out Wiggins. There goes pass. Ward in motion. Bobo on the roll. Looking for Ward. Wide open touchdown.
Oh, that's a great play.
Can't get in on the ground. They go to the air.
You know, in that situation, defensively, you're thinking they've gone with the tailback twice, have not been able to up and over. Back with quarterback sneak, go get back to the freeze. Instead, they pull out, go to one, right over. Georgia Tech expecting run. They go to the flats with the pass. Great ball.
Another touchdown, a 54-yard lead in the game. Tip. But it goes through. Langley's for a point. Tip the line of scrimmage, but up and through. They can't get it in with running. They go to the air, and it's Hines Ward in the end zone.
You don't need binoculars to see Ward is so popular. You so interesting. It's like getting cake with extra power. Lots of power. Power galore. Go down the windows and unlock the door. But wait, there is more. Option for remote, AC, smooth audio player, music. And you can get an anti-theft system to protect this good stuff. The buck starts here for Escort Thrills. Somewhat higher, loaded to the gills.
You can keep your car looking clean, but you got to keep your engine clean too. Newly formulated Valvoline DuraBlend motor oil is a synthetic blend that suspends the dirt, unburned fuel, and water that cause harmful deposits and reduces oil burn-off. DuraBlend protects vital engine parts, so your engine runs cleaner and better longer. It outperforms all leading conventional motor oils because a car can look great, but it's what's inside that counts. Valvoline DuraBlend.
Too, when you try Chili's Ranch and Filet, a beautifully carved ounce grilled to perfection and placed on blossom strings. Serve a skillet and grilled veggies only at Chili's.
ABC's presentation of college football to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? Valvoline, the number one choice of mechanics, people who know. Fidelity Investments, where 12 million put their trust. And Brewery Fresh Budweiser reminds you, fresh beer tastes better. Dangerous time of the football game right now for Georgia Tech following the touchdown by Hines Ward. The Yellow Jackets near goal. What up on they went there. 1-10. Charlie Rogers in his own 3. Get out of the pass. 5 yards. Saunders, what's going on with the Nittany Lions?
Well, they're fighting their way back as we bring you this Burger King update. Mike McQueary hooked up with Joe Jaravicius earlier on 47-yard reception to set this one up at 14 yards up, and it ties the game at 14 apiece. Meanwhile, Tennessee in a battle with Vanderbilt. Peyton Manning, 12 of 27 for 159 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
John, the Dog fans would love to see an upset in that one. Charlie Rogers over the middle. Champ Bailey hit him hard, but he held on. Big gain up to the 45, 23 yards on the pass from Hamilton to Rogers.
You know, you have a feeling when certain guys are going to come up big, I felt like Champ Bailey was going to make this interception. He was sitting back and waiting, but this ball is so well thrown. And look at the air that Hamilton puts under it, so only his guy can get it. But there's Bailey coming up too late. It's a good lick. Still not quick enough to get this. It's a big gainer for the Jackets.
Well, Larry, the former defensive coordinator, fired up defensive groups on the sideline. Gives it to Rogers. He shouldn't have. Boy, Charlie's saying, don't give it to me then. Brandon Miller.
You mentioned that Miller had a great game against Ole Miss. Here's the kid out of North Carolina. Got this arc today. He's a sophomore. Some people didn't even have one to try. Where's some? Great penetration. Just blows by 75. Jason Burks and makes the sand. That was a lookout block where he turned and just said, Joe, look out.
And had a birthday Thursday. Celebrating here today with that hit. Tolbert came on the blitz, but they picked Rogers on the catch. Back near the original line of scrimmage at the 49-yard line.
A third 10 in a situation the Yellow Jackets don't want. Good play, though, for the blitz to get some of that yardage back. Look, here they come. There's Tolbert, 28. He's coming hard. Hamilton reads him. You know, one thing that they thought about Joe Hamilton being just 5'10", they thought he was going to have some passes blocked today because Tolbert's blocked 4 or 5 this year himself. Yeah. The defense has been knocking down passes, but Joe's been doing a good job finding the passing lanes, and there's the record.
There's the Georgia Tech record with total yards. Sean Jones held it. Hamilton finds room. How did he get out of there? Got a lot of room to run if he wants to, but he finds Derek Stiegel on the catch.
And that's a first down. Huge play by Hamilton. Miller's hurt back here, but Hamilton just continued to create, and made the play to get the first down. 3rd and 10, and he gets the first down. Huge play by Joe. We talked earlier about his escapability. Well, this is a play action, but still, Georgia has pretty good penetration. And look, Hamilton's got those great feet, the low center of gravity, the patience to wait for blockers. He creates. Now, he could have run this probably for close to the first down. Instead, he saw his guy, big play player, Stiegel, move the chains.
Checking on Brandon Miller. The injury on the field. Come back.
There are only the reasons why today. Only one that matter. At Delta Airlines, it is our pleasure to get you to the place you want to be. Delta Airlines, on top of the world.
Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. Mama, man means by no means king of the road. 2 hours pushing by. King of the road.
At Ford Motor Company, we're experimenting with a backing up warning system, which sends a signal to help you avoid hitting what you can't even see. Sometimes you just have to go backwards to go forward. Ford, quality is job one.
3rd down conversions, as you see. Georgia Tech first in the ACC.
And I don't think anyone was bigger than what they just got. Now, here's Hines Ward on the sidelines, and Hines Ward is trying to direct the defense. But Joe Hamilton, he is directing a heck of a drive here, and they know they need points out of this drive.
But 1st and 10. Wiley, the carry, trying to get outside. And Moore looking to power his way inside the 20-yard line. Charles Wiley, the junior out of Miami.
Middleton got a good block on the corner. They also got Page outside. He ended up over in the Georgia bench area, but they were all flying around trying to get a block. They know how important this drive is. And not only is it important to score, but they can't settle for a field goal here. They need 7 points for this game to get away from them.
Yeah, this is really the key drive of of the game for George O'Leary and his offense. 2:28 and counting left in the third quarter. Wild out of the play fake. Hamilton under pressure. Throws underneath. Caught by Lilly, the tight end, inside the 10-yard line. He's got another first down.
Say what you will about Lilly making a catch, and it was a good catch, but Joe Hamilton is just creating now. I mean, he is just relying on his great athletic ability. Joe Magic, you watch this. Again, guys flying around him. He's letting them miss. I mean, letting guys just run right by him. Stroud never had a chance. He was too big, too slow, and didn't break down under control. And Joe Hamilton now just has the feel, and he is creating offensively.
Well, Joe Kynes and Jim Donnan felt that he was most dangerous when he scrambled. Not necessarily out of the option, but when he went back to pass, didn't have anything, and then took off and created. Got to call a timeout because the play clock is running down.
Terry, Tennessee has just beaten Vanderbilt 17-10. So what that does now, that takes Georgia out of the championship game.
Yep.
So things didn't fall in place for the Bulldogs, but now it's critical here. They're still going to go to probably up in the bowl or something like that.
Yeah, most people would think they'll be right back here in the Peach Bowl.
Exactly.
Georgia will go to the Park Bowl. This year, all sure he was with the Dallas Bowl. Got it down at a 1 level here in the SEC 5 and 6. So did all this year.
With a win, he finishes 9-2, and I mean the losses to Tennessee and all. Hines thought about not even playing his senior year. He says, I'm not going through another coaching. He's been the star.
And they've spread it around, too. Not with numbers that he wanted or had in the past. A much more efficient offense. Well, should see me championship. Here's a look at Champ Saturday on ABC Sports. Next week starts off with the WAC Championship, Colorado State and New Mexico. And the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game, Nebraska and Texas A&M. And the SEC Championship presented by Dr. Pepper, Tennessee and Auburn in prime time at 8 o'clock. Championship Saturday on ABC Sports. A lot of football left here, though. 1:51 left in the third. Mike Lilly jumped off.
Not even close. You know, Lilly and even the linemen are looking at the center page and they're saying, why didn't you snap it? It was first down.
Ball before the snap. False start. On the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's a killer. That is a killer. And look, Page is frustrated. I mean, everybody looked at him and they said, hey, why didn't you snap the ball?
Their first penalty of the game. Now, Georgia Tech had the fumble when they were on the goal line, but it's been a well-played game. 2 interceptions on the other side, and only penalties by Georgia. Quarterback draw. Hamilton looking for a one back to the 8-yard line. They were at the 9 initially. Marlos Leroy, Albany, Georgia, the junior college transfer, wrapped him up.
That'll bring up second down and goal back inside the 10. Hamilton just saying, hey, defense, be alert. I may be coming. That got their attention. Now see if he goes to Middleton.
Ball's nailing those pressure in the first half.
Hamilton got out on the 6.
Time out a moment ago. Had him by the ankles. Over with 29 consecutive starts. 3 starters. The senior who has done a nice job. Moves around, too. Plays a lot of different spots. They'll bring him up on the defensive line at defensive end during passing situations.
Ralph Friedgen right now thinking of ways to beat him. There he is, the offensive coordinator. See if they don't try to put Hamilton on the corner at least to try to give the defense something to think about while he throws.
Wiley, the only setback on third down. Hamilton over the middle. Middleton broke it up. Champ Bailey broke it up.
I'd go for the field goal. I think the fans want them to go for it, but you got to get the 3 points here. This ball is so close. Look at the defense. Bailey on him in his hip pocket, just enough to get the hand up there and just knock it out, because that ball was just about caught by Middleton. Great play by Bailey. Just barely got enough hand on it.
So it brings up 4th down. They're going to try a 23-yard field goal. And it is good. Well, the drive by the Yellow Jackets, at least they get some points on the board. It's important that they do that. They've got a 21-13 game with 22 seconds left in the 3rd, and plenty of time.
But with the 2-point conversion, there's still just a touchdown and 2 points away.
And let's check in once again with John Saunders in New York.
Terry, well, Tennessee is headed to the SEC championship game to face Auburn. Peyton Manning did not have a great day, runs this one in. 12 of 26, 159 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He ties Eric Dyer for career completions at 838. But you have to wonder about the Heisman Trophy with those numbers. Right now, Terry, let's take it back to you.
All right, John, we saw Ryan Leaf a week ago. Certainly put some pressure on Peyton Manning, too.
Yeah, Ryan Leaf should be in New York when they make that announcement, along with Woodson and a couple other guys that have certainly earned the right there.
Well, there's more college football here in Atlanta. Of course, we've got 22 seconds left in the 3rd, and all day long. On the last day of the regular season, 2nd all-time in all-purpose yards. Hines Ward, certainly one of those who at least should be mentioned for the Heisman race, but you don't hear many people talking about him for that award.
No, that's a good point. Here's a guy that could be the first guy in NCAA history to go over 1,000 yards in 3 different categories.
You know, I really think, though, that stat tells one of the reasons why he's not in a Heisman category in terms of most people, because he's had to do so much for them.
Right, and it's not his fault. They used him like spackle to a wall to fix the problems that they had down at Georgia. I mean, they used him at quarterback. They used him at wide receiver. They used him at running back.
Red, he likes to take the ball on the 35.
And, you know, it's not his fault. I mean, they really did try to plug up the holes with him, using him everywhere. They ought to call him Hines 57 ways to beat you.
Well, Jim Donnan, that was the first person he met with when he got the job. And to talk to Hines Ward and tell him what he wanted out of him. And, of course, he's settling at the wide receiver. And this it allows him to follow those up because of the open. Oh, Edwards goes down in a hurry. And Witherspoon with a hard hit. And now some momentum on the side of Georgia Tech. Field goal. Final the 3rd ticking off. Got a good one going on in Atlanta. Long way from over. ABC Sports presentation. College football will return to a word from our ABC station.
You're different.
Unique in look and personality.
Footprint and DNA. And no one understands that more than the men and women of Fidelity, who work with 12 million investors.
Are like. How you bet your choice?
Because it's your money. And helping you make the most of it is what makes Fidelity different.
Okay, Bongo, wave. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Come on, he's never gonna get it. Finally learned to wave bye-bye.
The new redesigned Ford Ranger, the only compact pickup built Ford tough.
The division lead is on the line. Brett Favre and the Packers meet the Minnesota Vikings on ABC's Monday Night Football. Bring on the game now!
Want to be a professional truck driver? With approved credit, you can start for as little as $25 down. Call Commercial Driver Training and get on the road to success. Call today.
The holidays have begun. Yes!
Boys, come help me unload. Come on, guys. Everyone's going to
you know you can count on Publix for help during the holidays.
They learn the satisfaction of sharing it. Over time, the first from the kitchen campaign.
One truck of as little as $25 down. Again on the road to success. Call today.
WJBF News 6 and Georgia Bank and Trust, giving our best every day.
Fourth quarter about to begin here in Atlanta. 21-13. Georgia, one touchdown game when you had that two. Bobo, coach, has been brilliant today. Look at his numbers. The 2 interception exemption is what big numbers. And now 2nd and 12 on the first drive of the fourth quarter. Bobo throws out complete. Got Corey Allen. Not much of a game though. Brings up 3rd and maybe 7 or 8, somewhere in there. Well, more football tonight on ESPN. Virginia Tech and Virginia, an important one. Virginia trying to become the 6th ACC team eligible for a bowl. And then at 8:30 Eastern time, Notre Dame against Hawaii. The Irish going to hang on and go to a bowl game themselves. That's all tonight on ESPN.
What a turnaround at Notre Dame. And congratulations to Bob Davie for doing it his way and not succumbing to the pressure.
Here comes the blitz on 3rd and 7. They pick it up. Small, the catch, trying to fight his way. I don't think he got there.
He didn't.
Had to get to the 45. What a play by the secondary.
Mark. What a mark they just gave him. He never crossed the 45, and they're marking it right on the 45, which would be enough for the first down, and the crowd recognized it. Oh, the linesman came right out and marked it at the 45. This is going to Tony Small. A lot of pressure brought Brookie on the blitz. Let's see if he gets out. He originally said and moved back. I don't think he never did cross that line. They gave him a mark right at the 45.
Give him credit. He knew that
mark.
Where he knew where he needed to get, but I don't think he got there. We'll see. Right now.
Still came up short. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, a moment ago, the court here, Georgia Leary to go for it.
That's a dangerous thing to do, though. At 45 to go, and Jim's thinking about it. Certainly, the players are trying to talk him into it. Hines Ward over there, 10 yards to the playing field. He's yelling over at Jim Donnan to go for it.
What will you do?
I'd punt it. I'd punt it. You've got under 14 minutes to play in the game. You're up by 8.
Well, got a gambler's mentality, does Jim Donnan. Here are the scores in each quarter. Georgia Tech with 3 in the last couple of quarters. Stopped by Georgia near the goal line a couple of times.
The percentages would tell you that Georgia can get an inch. But you just don't want to take that chance because something bad could happen.
Bobo fights his way. It depends on the mark. He didn't get much.
No, the linesman is back there, and he's going to mark this thing. He's the same one that gave him the mark last time. See the guy with the L on the back?
And it looks like he's got the same mark as last time.
A little bit closer this time, depending where he put the point of the ball.
It's not an exact science, is it?
No, it's really not.
I mean, tell me how you figure that placement out. That's a tough job if you're an official.
Well, they better not move the ball now because he's marked it. So the back judge is down with it, putting a hand on it, and they're going to wait for the chains. Well, now, this is one of those deals where they may have to put a card out of their back pocket, and card between the ball and the
why coaches go live comes down to mark this.
But he put an extra link in the chain.
Oh.
He didn't get it.
Wow.
I'm telling you, not a wise thing to do. It's not a high percentage play.
The gamble doesn't pay off for Jim Donnan. Everybody on their feet who's wearing yellow here and gold.
Well, and the bottom line is now, Georgia Tech, trailing by a touchdown, is in Georgia territory at the 45.
13:48 left in the game.
Look at George O'Leary watching that play. He knows the defense stood up. They stopped him. 13-4 to play in the game. He's down by 8, but he's got the ball.
Kids are cool. Too cool for a family car. So check out a new Chevy Lumina LTZ. It could be the best disguised family car on the road. You'd never guess by looking at it, but no 6-passenger car in its class offers more standard safety features for the money. So don't worry. Get a Lumina LTZ. If that doesn't make your kids think you're cool, nothing will.
If you're at the airport before my 8 o'clock flight, maybe we can talk. Otherwise, good over.
Ah! Come on. Come on. Oh, good. Oh, no. That battery.
No matter what my customers drive, they depend on AC Delco batteries. They last up to 30% longer.
I'm sure they do. Just give me the generic equipment.
Okay. AC Delco. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it. The new Wizard.
Remove grout.
Clean a golf club.
Sharpen tools.
Cut right through this screw!
Soon your TV will have over 500 channels. Almost enough to show you everything the new Wizard can do. The new Wizard. Built by Black & Decker.
Presenting the Valvoline Big Play Rebate and Sweepstakes. Save $4 on a case of Valvoline motor oil, and you could win one of 6 Mark Martin signature Ford Thunderbirds. Here comes Mark now. He's up and right on the money. Valvoline, the #1 choice of top mechanics.
Sunday, ABC brings Mortal Kombat home to you. Action never looked so bad damn good. Street Fighter, ABC Sunday. Parental discretion advised.
Larry is the defensive line coach. I'm ready to go in.
You don't like that? Yeah. I believe Hamilton is dumped on first down, bring 2nd and 10. Well, that's what this too. O'Leary told us yesterday. I mean, the fact that it's a Georgia game anyway. You're the head coach at Georgia Tech. Great rivalry, the 92nd game, but also the fact that Georgia has owned this series the last 6 years, and they kept Georgia Tech out of bowl games the last 2 years.
Scratch and fight and bleed. You got to believe. Boy, you have to love that.
Hamilton to throw. Plenty of time. Middleton open over the middle. Got it at the 27. And a first down. 5 catches on the afternoon for Harvey Middleton, the all-time leading receiver at Georgia Tech.
Again, Joe Hamilton using a lot of poise, makes a good decision. Look at him. Just calm in the pocket, steps up, leads him perfectly, knows there's coverage back there, but he knows he's got Bailey beaten, and he puts it right where his guy can get it. Good play by Middleton and Hamilton.
17 yards on the catch. Long count this time. Hamilton kept it himself. I think he may have tried to give it to Wiley, who didn't want it, that option.
I'm not sure. I think he put it in there, and I think Wiley tried to take it.
Don't forget the Skins game up next here on ABC Sports. And at the conclusion of today's game, Chevrolet, most valuable player of the game from each team. Chevrolet has awarded $6.5 million to the scholarship funds of America's colleges and universities. 12:52 counting. Second down, Stiegel in motion. Trying to swing Charlie Rogers out of the backfield. It was read well. Glenn Ford was all over him.
Boy, they tried to put Stiegel in motion and bring him backers and then slip Rogers out where he was. They knew it was going to be primary. They tried to make that and sell it. They tried to slip Rogers out where he was. Good defense that time by the Bulldogs.
Or the nickelback who was a starter a year ago. It's all over Charlie Rogers. 4 of 10. afternoon. Top team in the AC on put down conversion. Eagle in motion again. And almost off. Greg Bright was one-on-one with Rogers, but he had help from Jeff Harris. Came up there.
You know, I can't figure out why they're all of a sudden going to Rogers when you've got Stiegel and Middleton out, great receivers and have terrific hands. But instead they go to their back, and they really got away with one here because they threw in. They were in a 2-deep coverage, 5 under. And the safety was just sitting back there free. That was Harris. He probably should have had that interception.
Well, it's a good look from our guys down there operating the camera, too.
Hamilton got away with one.
45-yard try from Frakes. He missed a 45-yarder early on in this game. Will it get there? Yeah!
Barely.
Just does. He was short on his first try from 45. He matches his career long.
He's got to believe in that thing right now. Feels like a medicine ball.
Just enough wind behind him to carry it over.
Watch this. Woo. Oh, my.
Papa's got a brand new bed.
Husky that means guaranteed forever. Hello, Depot.
Pat on razor. Shave or shave dry. Your choice. Your shave. Rinse clean. Work hard. Play hard. Shave your way. Panasonic.
Your kids give you plenty to worry about. Your car shouldn't. That's why you need a Chevy Lumina. It'll go up to 100,000 miles before its first scheduled tune-up. So get a Lumina and relax. They'll grow out of it. You did, didn't you? And check out Lumina's resale.
Does everybody know what day it is?
The Tool Man remodels Al's apartment.
Not with that remote, go Al.
Home Improvement, ABC, Tuesday.
One less biscuit for breakfast, and Dave Frakes wouldn't have had himself a 45-yard field goal, barely getting it over. And look what he kicks with. His old shoe from high school. It's all taped up, barely held together. Doing the job. Watching Sale on third off this noon.
I think they're trying to kick it away, pulling it out of bounds, but it's better to get it on the 35 than to have Hans Ward to the house. Take it the distance.
Well, Sharon Lawrence, you'll an incredible talk to the Dolphin, but Dolphin birth and find out things about these almost never know. Money touched by Dolphin on ABC and ABC's NFL Monday Night 9 o'clock Eastern time. Key battle in the NFC Central Division for the Super Bowl champs. The Packers taking on the Green Bay Leafs, sent by one game Monday night on ABC. So it's the Dogs taking over with 12:22 and counting. Quick out, Corey Allen with the catch. Travaris Tillman not only almost tipped it, split second away from picking it off and going the distance.
He gave up trying to defend the man and went for the interception. Very dangerous thing to do, but he knew he had help. He knew the safety was backing him up, so he went for the interception. Oh, what a hot hand Bobo has had. He's been on fire.
And over 340 yards in the air at the half. Again, quick snap right to Edwards. the fake by Bobo. Fights his way about 2 yards shy of a first down. Rogers and Tarplin in on the tackle.
Actually, very little gain, if any, and it'll bring up a third down again, a critical third down for this defense. You heard Larry New, the defensive line coach, the last time out, telling him to scratch and call and fight and bleed, and you got to believe. Well, here it is again, third down and short for Ron Rogers and Brookie in the defense.
Rogers' daddy, of course, played at Georgia, missed this game a year ago with an injury. Let's look forward to this matchup all season. Bobo, the quick out, incomplete. Corey Allen slipped a little bit. The ball's behind him.
Yellow Jackets are going to get it back again with 11:01 to play. This defense, this Georgia Tech defense, which is last in the 80 toe defense, has come up big.
Michigan State all over Penn State. Harvey Middleton catch back at the team. And that's for the next 37-yard kick return. 54 left. Jackets went.
I understand, but bro.
Daddy, I want to see my friends. Dad, don't see iOS.
This is your dog.
Your life is full of worries. Your car shouldn't be. Get a Chevy Lumina. It's reliable, comfortable, and it's one less thing to worry about.
Sir, is this your house?
Heck, Lumina can even save you $1,000.
Sir?
Hi, I'm expecting a fax.
Room 212 wants the ammunition to deal with her toughest clients.
Nothing. Hi, Davies, 212. I called earlier.
Right, fax. It hasn't come yet.
I need it for a meeting.
Excuse me, Miss Davies? Just came in.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone.
Business services by Marriott. When you're comfortable, you can do anything.
Before planning your next getaway, call Thrifty Car Rental at 1-800-4CARS. We're right in your neighborhood with great rates on great cars. For a limited time, rent a compact car for only $29.95 a day. But at that price, they're going fast. So call Thrifty now at 1-800-4CARS or your professional travel agent. It's quick, it's easy, and best of all, it's thrifty.
Look at Mike Bobo on the sidelines having a word a moment ago with Heinz Ward, and it looks like he's limping just a little bit as he walks.
Yeah, shaking up just a little bit. It'll be okay, though. This game, not one of those games you come out if you just have a little hurt.
Got hit on that last series, but it'll be okay. Second 10 for Georgia Tech. Great outside. What a stop. How about the hesitation move? And across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Ball was loose a little bit at the end, but he was down.
Charles Watt gave back there on the but it looked when he tried to make that cut like he was on ice skates. Now watch this. He tries to stop, but his feet keep going. Now watch it right here. Now watch his feet. Whoop! He slides right in and behind the block by Wiley, then loses the ball around and gets it back.
Yeah, fell right on top of him at the end. The ball did. But I'm not sure how he stayed up.
Looked like a triple sound count.
Wouldn't know. First down for the Yellow Jackets though, just outside the 30-yard line. Wiley, the lone setback, quick drop throw. What a catch by Middleton.
Yeah, and that's what they have to do, Terry. They've got to go back to the receivers. They started throwing to their backs, and the receivers are the guys you really need here. You need the sure hand guys.
Sixth catch of the afternoon for Harvey Middleton. And a nice one.
Boy, it's well thrown, too. Watch, he leads him, and he dives for it, and gets it. That's an almost impossible play to stop for Harris, the defensive back.
You take a shot long on second and short here? We'll find out. Guess not. The up back Wiley fighting his way, may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Brandon Miller, who was injured earlier, but has had a good game. Hit him first. workhorse for them. Really been reliable all year long and throughout his career here at Georgia Tech.
That clock is going to become a factor pretty soon. 21-16 as we're about to go into the 9-minute mark. And again, Georgia Tech faced with a third down play. As we look at Joe Kynes, he's got his guys in a 4-3 scheme.
Third down 1, but it's a very long one. Hamilton's going to keep it all the way. Not going to get there, though. O.G. Grant caught him from behind. Again, they one, but a very long one. They're a long way first down.
Terrific stop by the Bulldogs. Together in a good situation. Colbert fights him. Grant gets there as well. Grant actually had time and took on the blocker and made the stop on Hamilton. So it's 3 and out for the Yellow Jackets and a great defensive stand by the Bulldogs.
Michael Greer back deep, standing at his own 20-yard line. Rodney Williams, this is a boomer. Look at this. Greer inside the 5 for the third catch. I don't think he knew where he was.
He definitely did not. He's upset with himself now. You never field a punt like that inside the 10. He was focused in on the ball and making the catch. It took him inside the 5, and I know he's upset with himself. 56-yard punt. He just lost his field position. As you said, you're all over that one, partner.
That's what Rodney Williams will do to you, though. He really hasn't done it this afternoon. We haven't seen the normal Williams punts, but we did that time. Fourth in the nation is Rodney Williams in punting. And Jim Donnan's club now backed up. We're going to call it at the 6-yard line. Now, how many more of these can we take? His defense has come up with some big stops, but they're challenged again. Robert Edwards straight ahead. Keith Brooking having a great game in his final regular season game for Georgia Tech.
Bad news for the Yellow Jackets is that the defense is not getting much of a break. It's been 3 plays and out for the offense. And so the defense consequently is sucking a little wind right now.
Don't forget, if you're tuning in to see golf, the Skins game is next, including Tiger Woods.
Where is that? La Quinta.
You got it. Bobo, play fake. Over the middle. What a nice kick. Larry Brown, the tight end. Took it right off his shoe top. Came into the game with 19 catches. And Georgia has really made the tight ends a part of their offense. Wiggins and on with good hands. Go to change. Split Allen and Ward out to the far side. Edwards the lone. Bobo's going to handle Robert. Still off the attempt. Smith brings him down, but a gain across the 30 and a first down to Robert Edwards.
Well, I'll tell you something. Chris Terry and Jake Flink, Brad Stafford, the offensive line for the Bulldogs that time did a great job of walling off the linebackers, Rogers and Brooking. Here it comes. Now stop it right there and look at all these red jerseys taking those white ones right out of the picture. Did a great job, allowed him to get through the crease and move the chains. Offensive job starting to, or offensive line rather, starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Starting to wear down this defense for Georgia Tech. Bobo will bring it back with Edwards. Nowhere to go this time. Ron Rogers and Delonte Cameron all over Edwards. What a great way to end the regular season here, huh? While we have a moment, I just want to thank all our crew members, the guys and girls, the camera operators, those in audio, tape operators. Did a terrific job this year. Thank you for all the efforts. Guys in the truck, Mark Loomis, David Kiviat, producer, director, Don Madry, and Mark Williams, our statistician and spotter up in the booth.
Derek Mobley and everybody. And to you, partner, Terry and Luke Johnson, thank you guys.
2nd and 7. Goes Edwards finding a hole. Tough going though. Ryan Wilkins, who's been injured, runs him out of bounds. 2 people have mentioned Jay Galloway, Molly McGuire, our production assistant. The two limiting every trade. Got that right. Third down and 6. Another challenge for the Georgia Tech defense. Georgia's been very good, but 5:51 left. Here comes the blitz. Bobo picks it up. Greer can hang out. Tillman on the coverage. Brings up 4th.
Boy, Delonta Cameron just drilled Mike Bobo. Then at the other side, Tillman with a great coverage. I mean to tell you, that's perfect. Watch 55 coming in at Bobo right now. He's zeroed in. He knows his mark and drills it to the ground. And then look at Tillman at the other side. Great coverage. Goes through the receiver, Greer, to knock it down. That is picture-perfect defense there and forces Georgia to punt once again.
Langley back. Middleton back set to receive in his own 25. Come after it for a moment, but they backed off. Middleton cuts back, almost broke that one. Up to the 45.
Well, if you're playing at home, you can't ask for anything more. 5.5 minutes to play. A touchdown can win it for you. And you have the starting field position up near midfield at your own 45.
We're back at Erickson Stadium where we're down to the final seconds of the game and it's still tied. The kick's high.
Erickson catch the excitement.
Some ID.
Really, 007, you should use a Visa check card. It automatically deducts from your checking account everywhere Visa's accepted.
See, tomorrow never dies. Finally, celebrities who actually use the product. Team Monte Carlo. Chevrolet, the cars more champions trust.
ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. Marriott Hotels, Resorts and Suites. We believe when you're comfortable, you can do anything. Chili's Grill and Bar, home of the ranch hand filet, and BASF. We don't make a lot of the products you buy. We make a lot of the products you buy better. Think there's a little stretch in this job?
Gotta love that. Motion.
Georgia Tech taking over. One of the important drives. Bill Hamilton and Lover have. They snap it as the defensive front from Georgia come off the line.
Yeah, and see, there's where Joe Hamilton is the quarterback. He saw him trying to get some positive yards out of it, maybe break, then decline the penalty.
Offside.
The nose go across the line of scrimmage. Okay, Joe Hamilton sees this and calls snap. He's saying, "Oh, we break this, and only decline the all sides." Heck. Good play. Smart play.
Hamilton, great drop. Get his throws complete though to Stiegel. And Derek makes the catch.
You know, those guys have got there bumping all day. You've got Ronald Bailey, number 5, and you've got Stiegel. All right, so this time he decides I'm going to give him a little cushion. That comes down. I'm going to call offense against. Isn't that what they called, Terry? What they call here?
I think they called the ineligible.
Oh, they did. You're exactly right.
Field is what they called.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Illegal receiver downfield.
Yeah.
Because there was no contact.
There's a little cushion, in fact, that time. Gave him some room.
Ineligible, downfield, on the yard, offense, covered up player, went downfield.
All right, that's good. Keep us honest.
George O'Leary. It's happened more than once.
I got so fired up. There's where emotion gets in the way of concentration. Larry New got me all excited. Fog came through.
Well, George O'Leary wanted to know where. Where was it? A little explanation from the official. Tell we're all set to start all over again this drive. 1st and 10. Hamilton under pressure and the blitz. And again, it is the pressure. Let's go to New York.
Michigan State is struggling can have this game again. Cedric hardest touchdown run. His 3rd TD run of the game, his 4th touchdown overall. Michigan State scored 28 unanswered points and lead it 42-14.
John, go figure. Well, they undefeated for the Michigan game. The slide. They're all over Penn State. The pitch late. Oh, you're going to get a like that timing from Hamilton.
He walked through. He says you never pitch the ball, even if it's down 60 yards. He says I can feel it, and when they come into me, that's when I can pitch it, and I can still find my back out there. In this case, Rogers. He did that time. He faked the dive, took it out to the corner, waited, suckered them in, and once he sucked them in and left his running back Rogers free, he pitched it, and Rogers got the first.
Your back better know that you're going to pitch it at any time, though. He better be ready to get that pitch. Play action again. Got Middleton and hit. There's a lot of contact, but I'm not sure that ball was catchable.
Crowd wanted interference. They thought the contact came before the ball flew over his head.
I think it may have, but that wasn't a catchable ball.
I'm not sure about
still
that.
On the ground.
I'm not sure about that. I can never tell when a ball is catchable, if it's catchable, when they're hit and they're not like that. Take a look now. Here's Middleton. Keep on the rainy ball. Got it? I don't know.
I don't think MJ could have got that one.
You're probably right.
For good reason. That's looking down from the 70th row. You just see contact and Middleton.
You know, the rain the second quarter of this ball game. I mean, it was raining heavy. Now the rain stopped. All of a sudden, look how it's low. You can the top of those buildings, even when it was rain. Now the fell. But it's still rather on here.
That's what happened on Rodney Williams.
I think it is. Look,
yep.
Rain's starting to come back down clouds right here in the last 4:52 of the game.
If time permits, stay tuned for the Thrifty Car Rental post-game report. Scores and highlights from across the country if we have time after this ball game. 2nd down, Hamilton, the inside give to Charlie Rogers, spins away, but they won't let him get away. O.G. Grant had him around the knees. So it brings up 3rd down.
And a big 3rd down. I mean, they're down by 5 points. They need a touchdown, and you're down to 4.5 minutes.
Skins game coming up next right here on ABC. Right after our game.
And this has been one of those games where it seems like almost every play has been a big game.
Joe Kynes, the defensive coordinator. His defense has come up with some big stops. You saw the numbers on that area. Hamilton. Sweet pass and he overthrows Charles Riley.
Gary, you're out of range. You're out of field goal range, but you're down into Georgia territory. So I either line up like a fake it, or I go for it on 4th down, and I think they're going to go for it on 4th.
I think you have to go here. I think that's exactly what Georgia O'Leary.
No, he's sending the punt team. So defensively, you've got to be thinking, watch the fake. Watch this. There's number 9. There's Bailey, number 4. Watch these guys hanging. Now with these guys are still kind of in each other's hip pocket.
Well, they do the 7-yard line down there on the Rodney Williams punt that pays off for Georgia. That decision to go ahead and punt. Jim Donnan's club has had some long drives this year, keeping it on the ground.
Well, you heard Larry New telling his defense they're going to get another time. They have to go out on the field another time. They better be ready to play. Well, this is it. 3:59. They're playing in their stadium. Last game for the seniors at home. They're up against their rival. They haven't beaten them in 6 tries. 6 wins in a row for Georgia.
Comes down to this drive for Jim Donnan and George O'Leary. O'Leary's club trying to get the ball back. 3:59 in the 90-second meeting between these two teams. Bobo keeps it on the ground. Edwards wrapped up in the backfield. Derek Shepard. And the clock continues to go away.
Being as big as he is, just moves so well. He's 6'3", 290, yet they runs a 4.740. Great from his feet. We saw him have a couple of interceptions. He got tracked this year at the 3. Everybody made fun of him, but we saw him last year make an interception, return a 27 yards down against NC State. He is really a talented player.
Last regular season game, along with Ron Rodgers. Here comes the rookie on the blitz. Ward's going to run it. Not going to get anywhere, though. Up to the 9-yard line. Kofi Smith tripped him up. Smith taken out for a while. Back in there, banged up, but continues to play. And it breaks up 3rd and 9.
Dave Huxtable, the defensive coordinator, said if we get them in 2nd long, 3rd and long, we can stop them. Here it is, 3rd down and a little more than 9.
Allen and Small to the near side. Hines Ward to the far side. Here they come on the corner. Bobo picks it up. Small to catch. The tackle made. I don't think he got there. Stillman keeps him shy of a 1st down. Needed to get outside the 18-yard line and almost to the 19.
Georgia Tech has 2 timeouts left. They're going to take one here. Stop the clock with 2:24.
Timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets. Small coming up a little bit short. We'll step away, come back for the finish of this one.
America has always had a love affair with cars. And since 1922, we've been there whenever you've needed us. That's why we're America's favorite auto insurer.
And as we celebrate our 75th year, we, the agents and employees of State Farm,
would just like to say thanks for being there too.
At BASF, we don't make the boat, make it faster. We don't make the safe seat, we make it more comfortable. We don't make the studio, we make it quieter. Clubs, we make them more powerful. BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better.
Over there's the East Village. I'm a mob called Sign Interactive Network.
Sunshine.
Take artwork, make it available on the internet. Everything I do is because I love art. So it's the tug between commerce and creativity.
Home Depot coaches fact this week, the 1967 Liberty Bowl. Jim Donnan, the quarterback for NC State. Greg Williams, now a defensive coach for the Bulldogs on that team as well. They beat Georgia in the Liberty Bowl that year.
Greg Williams, one heck of a coach. Coaches that secondary. He's got the Bailey brothers. Does a great job mixing things up out of that 2 deep.
2:24 left. Georgia Tech's defense has forced the punt. Dax Langer got it away. Middleton coming over. Going to go out of bounds, but great field position in Georgia territory at the 48.
If you went to George O'Leary yesterday and said, hey, coach, here's the situation. You're down by 5, 2:16 to play, and you have the ball to start the drive in Georgia, I guarantee you that.
Take it right.
Jump at it. And that's what he has here. It's all now.
Sight, don't get the skin game coming up right after our game.
George O'Leary and Ralph Breachy, their game now.
6 years in a row. The ball in motion. Had wide open. It's down to the 33. No. Up Harvey. Gain of 15. One timeout left.
The offensive coordinator, offensive coordinator with the San Diego Chargers when they went to the Super Bowl. Back to get this offense this year where they distribute the ball all over the field. He's doing that, getting everybody involved. Now you're under 2 minutes to play. He's got to come up with some key plays now.
And his quarterback has made great decisions over the second half of this year. Hamilton under pressure now, had a man open downfield, scrambles, and gets Wilder out of the backfield. Inside the 20, still on his feet. Finally brought down at the 12-yard line. Joe Hamilton and Ed Wilder rocking the house here.
And I mean, this place is rocking. That's magic. That's Joe Magic at his best. Buying time. Staying elusive. The escapability that makes him such a quality quarterback and eventually finding the open man.
Buck 23 and counting. 1st and 10 inside the 12-yard line. Hamilton looking to run the quarterback draw. Had room for a moment and dropped at the 7-yard line. Almost 5. Derek Bird caught up with it.
Joe Hamilton was one of that quarterback draw. He's normally going right off the center. He saw it was loud. And he is smart. He took it to the inside.
And it was taken by Georgia right now. Left in Georgia. The first one here, so they've got 2 left. No, great fish. No doubt, he don't buy enough, but many great fish in this series. Back in 1990, Georgia Tech and Georgia Garrison Hurst started the day for Georgia with this touchdown, but the Yellow Jackets coming back. No, over with touchdown passes to Bobby Rodriguez, and then Emmett Merchant getting to the end zone. Bobby Ross, the ACC Coach of the Year, after beating Ray Goff in the Classic State Battle. So 1:05 left here at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta.
To Georgia. They requested a timeout first.
Terry Gannon, Tim Brandt, Lewis Johnson. Georgia Tech with this drive trying to get into the end zone. Georgia has won this matchup the last 6 years. They have kept Georgia Tech out of a bowl game the last 2 years. A full house here in Atlanta, and Joe Hamilton leading Georgia Tech has been brilliant at the quarterback spot for George O'Leary, and on the other side of the football, Mike Bobo has done the same for Georgia. We've had a great one today.
What Joe Hamilton has done is made good, quick, decisive decisions. Has not made mistakes.
Second down and 5. The quarterback thought he can get a first down before he gets to the end zone. Nowhere near this time, though. Derek Bird for the second throw. the stop on Hamilton.
And Joe Kynes, the defense coordinator, has been brilliant. 3 times inside the red zone, they stopped Georgia Tech and held the Yellow Jackets to field goal. Now with 59 seconds left, they're trying to do the same because the Yellow Jackets need a touchdown to win the game. They've got
Georgia Tech. You look at Ralph reaching the offensive board, talking to Joe Hamilton, just burned their last timeout, so they have no timeouts remaining, and they've got a 3rd and 4 coming up from the 6-yard line.
Down by 5 and 2 shots in the end zone.
Gardner, you can't ask for much more than what we've had. The Chevrolet players of the game. Hines Ward, for Georgia, had a 54-yard touchdown catch in the first quarter to set the tone for the Bulldogs. 6 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Keith Brooking in his last game for Georgia Tech. 12 tackles, and he blocked a field goal at the end of the first half. Brooking had a great career for Tech.
Georgia Tech, these seniors have never beaten the Bulldogs. Georgia has won 6 in a row in this series. But down inside the 10 with 59 seconds left, the seniors now have 2 shots to get it in the end zone.
3rd and 5. Hamilton sending Stiegel in motion. Straight drop, looks to run, flips it out to Wilder. Extends the arm, we'll see where they mark it.
Doesn't look like he got the mark.
Ed Wilder, the freshman, tried to reach out and get the first down.
Less than a yard.
You're about half a yard shy of the first down.
Again, Hampton with his running ability. It looks like he's going to tuck it away. Everybody comes to him. He looks out and he sees his man is safety valve. Wilder, the backfield, comes up about the guy maybe.
Come down to there. 50 seconds left. Hines Ward can't even walk from the sideline. An inch. Going to give it to Wiley to the end zone. Tech would be on their way to a bowl game for the first time since 1991. And George O'Leary's club trying to beat Georgia for the first time in 6 years. May have just done it, but remember there's 48 seconds left. And you got Mike Bobo and Hines Ward waiting on the other sideline.
Power football just lined up, followed Page, Key, Brown, went on a power off tackle.
A 1-point lead, now the 2-point try. As Mike Lilly barely gets off the field. Hamilton running out of room, throws back. Got it to Sheridan.
He is brilliant. Joe Hamilton is brilliant. Again, he took it all the way to the corner, used every bit of field, threw back across the seat.
If you haven't been watching Georgia Tech in the last 3 or 4 weeks, you've missed a guy who's been on fire and maybe as hot as any quarterback.
Oh, see him is rocking.
Brandon Shaw, the backup QB with a hug. You saw for a moment, though, George O'Leary with the look as if to say, fellas, this one's not over.
No, and again, it's the creativity that makes it to it. The jersey so aware of the ability. This is the touchdown where it was just power. And they came up behind Page, Key on an after tackle play. But now watch the 2-point conversion. Oh, this is the touchdown again. Hines Ward has played brilliantly. Watches the touchdown in dismay.
Not yet, they breaks, will kick off, trying to get it away from Hines Ward. 2 yards. zone now. Sails out of bounds. That's the 4th kickoff this afternoon that has sailed out of bounds.
Trying to kick it away from Hines Ward, and Georgia Tech has made a conscious decision that they'd rather have it on the 35 than to give Hines Ward the chance to take it all the way back the distance. Look at the day he's had, huh?
Last 3 games coming in to this one, he had completed almost 78% of his passes for almost 900 yards, 331 today. And even more important than that, he had big plays throughout the afternoon. Gins game coming up next. This one far from over, though. 48 seconds left from the 35. First down for Mike Bobo. Completes it. Champ Bailey in at wide receiver. The cornerback breaks it to the outside. Finally run out of bounds at the 37. Can't go anywhere.
You know, Champ Bailey is the first Georgia player in 4 games to start offense and defense in the same game. He did it against Vanderbilt. He did it against South Carolina. They bring him in here now as a receiver, and then underneath, just a little about. They take the receiver, they send him down, they throw the ball to him. Now you've got line to get him and arrest Champ Bailey and his athletic ability. Huge game. Hold on, folks.
Now, Bobo with time. Throws to Bailey again. Down to the 30-yard line. Kofi Smith on the coverage, and the 2 timeouts were left, and Georgia just took 2 points.
Georgia Tech had to have that to put it back on 3s, to give them a 3-point lead, meaning a field goal can only tie them. So they get the 2-point conversion, and now here come the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs come right back after that big play from Bailey, and with 29 seconds left, they are within field goal range.
And Hines, the sophomore, has not really been kicking much lately. Dax Langley has handled the field goal duties, but Hines from Marietta, Georgia, warming up. His longest this year, though, only 32 yards. So you got to get a little bit closer than you are right now.
Talking with Keith Brooking, number 35 this week. He says 2 things he hasn't done at Tech. Go to a bowl and beat Georgia. Well, he's gotten one of them. That's going to the bowl. They'll probably go to the CarQuest Bowl. He's got one left. That's beating Georgia. And he's got 29 seconds left in the final game of his senior year at Bobby Dodd Stadium.
He grew up idolizing Jack Lambert. After the lyrics. And 3, and Bobo to the shotgun. There's Robert Edwards with room. To the 22-yard line, so a first down for Georgia. 21 seconds left.
You know, come there. What a great player he is, Mr. Everything. And then he has 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing, and he's trying to get 1,000 yards passing. He also does other things. I mean, he gets a lot of attention and came out to clear areas. Even when he's not in ball play, he's opening up areas. And through the key block that set Edwards to the sideline.
Jim Donnan wanted to throw the football today to try to get that right. Bobo directing. Again, 4 receivers in there for the Bulldogs. Over the middle and picked off. There are flags on the play. There is a flag down, so hold on.
Tillman with the interception.
Travaris Tillman with the pick, but will sort out the flag.
And it's against the Yellow Jackets. They're in man coverage all over the field. Tillman playing the free safety in a 2-deep 500-man coverage, comes up and makes the interception, but then it's nullified by the penalty. I don't think Bobo ever saw Tillman sitting back there playing free.
Pass interference. On the defense. Offensive ball. Spotted a ball.
huge call. What a huge call.
Stillman coming up with the interception, but now new life for first and goal. The ball on the 8-yard line. Bobo throws it to the corner of the end zone.
Fly everywhere for his celebration, but cares. He took his helmet, they immediately threw the flag. But with 8 seconds left to move. Unless it's a penalty with the game.
They'll talk to Georgia Tech, but you get a interception call.
Well, it is.
Yeah, there you go.
On the red team, second ball, dead ball. Celebration on the red team. 30 yards and penalties. Try for point.
Yeah, 2 penalties, celebration and taunting, but a moot point.
Joe Hamilton just went from on top of the world to as low as you can get.
Oh, but how about Bobo? And how about the throw into the corner of the end zone for the strike?
How quickly things turn. The interception by Tillman nullified by the interference call. Corey Allen to the corner of the end zone, coming up with the biggest play of his career to this point.
Third timeout.
Corey Allen, number 80, has got man coverage with Smith. That ball is just perfectly thrown because the coverage is head. Smith didn't locate the ball quickly enough. Look at his head. When it's back, arms up enough to make the knockdown. But I mean, the ball is perfectly thrown. Smith, no ball. Everybody on defense. The ball located. Ball real on touch the catch. But I'll tell you, the person hurt.
Bobo was back. The number 39.
It's 27-24. So the Bulldogs are up by 3. 8. Yes, up there. Georgia.
They're not going to kick it. Which makes sense. Absolutely. So Bobo out of the shotgun throws it out to Champ Bailey, cutting back and stops right near the line of scrimmage. So 8 seconds left in the game.
Tech needs a big return and a miracle for a field goal to tie it. That's it.
No timeouts left for Joe Hamilton and the offense. What a way to end the season.
Terrific ball game. Well played by both sides, Georgia and Georgia Tech.
And we said it earlier, the hatred, if you will, was back in this series coming in with the resurgence of Georgia at 8-2 coming in, and Georgia Tech last year faltered midway through the season. This year 6-4 coming in. George O'Leary's club with a solid year, and Jim Donnan leading the comeback. Ron Rogers, this thing meant so much to him. His father played at Georgia. This game a year ago with an injury, and said to him, more important than a bowl game.
Seniors have never been Georgia. Bulldogs have won 6 this year.
So 8 seconds for Mark Johnson going to kick off. Taken by Des White at the 15. White trying to get out of bounds, and after 5 seconds left for the Yellow Jackets to do something.
Well, that takes you. Yeah. No second left.
down you have Arvidsson and Eric Teagle had huge plays the last 2 weeks. And that's what you have to hope for. 3 receivers to the near side. Hamilton going to go back and launch this one as far as he can throw it. Incomplete. That's it. For the 7th consecutive year, the Bulldogs have beaten the Yellow Jackets. Jim Donnan moving to 9-2 over George O'Leary. This was a classic one, though. They'll remember this for a while. Great finish at 95, again here at 97. 27-24, Georgia with a